Alright, yo. Is my mic on? I think it is. Alright, I think I actually did find a setting the other day that raises my mic volume after I said I couldn't find one. Y'all let me know, though. I think I added like 50% to it, so I should be somewhat louder. If not, then that setting does actually nothing. What's up, Matty Ice? What's up, Alexis? What's up, Aloha? Sounds good and definitely louder. Okay, good. Alright, I found a setting. It was deep in the main, though. I was kind of even questioning that it did what it did. It was very deep, because I had to click on the audio properties, and then I went to, there's, 16 different devices, and I swear I haven't seen half of them. And then I clicked on the main one, and then it was like, would you like to raise the volume percentage or the EQ profile, or blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, hell yes, please. So I went in there, and you can mess with, the balancing, so I could make it, I could make it sound more left to right. And then I found a setting past that. I had to scroll further, and it was a volume setting. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, this might be what I'm looking for. So I found the volume setting on accident, which is great, because I genuinely was in the belief of, there is no setting like this. I've Googled this 100 times, because you guys have talked about it forever. But I was just really happy I actually found it. But to the chart, though, we are actually doing the exact same thing as yesterday. It just took a little longer. We just built some good momentum, not just in pre-market, but also just above today's open. Again, if you guys were shorting today, you're crazy, because we didn't once drop below today's open on the 5-minute. A little bit of struggle, though. I won't argue with you guys that. We did definitely struggle. But it's a lot of good balancing and a good move into the previous day highs. Which, again, this is just this is this day's high. I've just been stuck here because we didn't go over it here. We didn't go over it here. And we talked about this at the end of yesterday's stream. So if you want to check that out, you can. But at the end of yesterday's stream, we talked about kind of the maintenance of the chart and what was the plan going into today. And it was really just probably expecting any move over the previous day control point to probably go up. But we're not really thinking anything crazy past this, just because we've already seen one, two, probably your third. This is the third so far. Day reject this area again, so just kind of stuck here. For bulls, at least. Bears have had plenty of fun past few days. Let me share the link in chat. That would probably help, huh? And on Twitter. I was just making sure the stream would actually work, because my power went out, and I was like, what the fuck, center point? And they were like, yo, we're just kidding. We have guys out there right now. I was like, alright. Center point's on some shit lately, though. What's up, though, with all of you so far? I'm going to check your Discord real quick. How's everyone in the stream so far, though? Today, that is. Wait, did I miss some? Oh, yeah, it was some after I looked. Hmm? Oh, this is the other day. I was like, what? Here we go. I wanted to see something from today. Damn, here we go. Nice. In at green, out at red, which we can see that real quick. In at green, out at red. 589 call for 129, out at 177, out for 37%. Was at pre-market high and current day open retest. News was at 10 a.m., which made me hesitant, but I stuck through it. Sold at previous day open for 37%. Something I did, which I usually don't do, is purchase contracts that are expensive for 0 DTEs, but I'm happy it worked out. There you go. At least it reflected on all sides of the trade. I'm assuming this fib is from here to here. Which that makes sense, I guess. Pre-market high retake, and it's kind of nice because you got your current open there, so it's like two things being retaken. Plus, he's got context that he's had a retest here before. This is actually a beautiful trade. And good awareness, too, that he sold into the high, not hoping for it to go higher. Actually understanding, like, hey, I bought the dip. I need to understand I need to get into that high, not pass it, unless he has extra contracts. Dude, that's a fire-ass trade. Damn, that's kind of interesting. Damn, nice. Detach, good shit. Very good. Rivian is going. Yeah, I saw a lot of charts moving right now. Yo, what's up, Andrew? What's up, Dr. J? Good to see you guys. Sorry, I was just trying to catch up in chat. I was catching up to messages. Seeing what was all going on. I'm going to spam through a few of these charts real quick. Oh, that's great. There we go. Good shit, coin. Well, I'm glad to see part of what we talked about yesterday. Again, just kind of referring to the stream yesterday, we talked about the fact that we have already done this 90% entry here, and this is like an impulse move, and the fact that we've gone down here and held is a pretty good sign that we'll probably hold again. So, like I said yesterday, unless we break under 579.50s and actually go down to fill that gap, we probably will hold here and try to base out or move up instantly. Who knows? Maybe Monday we see another good, exciting move to fill this gap. Who knows? But overall, still, just again, not just emphasizing on, oh, we held here, multiple candles hold. No, it's not just that. It's the fact we've already held here before. This is already a higher low here before. So the fact we're holding here again is not really a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise. Which I also kind of like this too, because I think we were all kind of talking about that yesterday. A lot of us in here didn't really want to swing more puts because a lot of us were like, well, it kind of feels like everyone's a little overly bearish. So, which again, I'm not saying this is like, oh, we're reversing, we're definitely going up. I'm not saying bears are game over. I'm just saying in the short term, yeah, that was definitely not good risk reward for shorts. So I was really happy a lot of you guys were not just screaming out, grab puts, grab puts. Today, though, if you actually tried to grab, I said it earlier in the stream, but if you actually tried to grab puts, I genuinely want to know why. Like, because there was zero reason today. If there's one thing I've taught everybody in here over and over again, it's previous day control point and current day open dictate direction. If we're above both, we're probably going up. If we're below both, we're probably going down, right? And that's just the short-term thinking of things. Of course, there's more beyond that, as we all know. It's not as easy as that. I wish. But again, just kind of reflecting on this, like I really don't see a single time this went below, even on the 5 minute. I'm not even on a bigger time frame yet. You know, I haven't even bothered. Now on the 1 minute, I could see where some people would have definitely been a little hesitant. I'll just highlight the whole area. But you could see what price action occurred under this. You know, I would say this is the only one that actually moved down from it with a good retest too. That's not bad. But you got, like I said, that's why you got to use that 5 and 1 minute. I mean, that's what I do at least. You know, if you use the 15 minute or the 10 minute, I know some of you guys don't use the same exact time frames as me, but it's the same concept. You know, don't just use one time frame to get you in or out. Like that's gonna be what fucks you. Man, I'm really happy I got the volume of my mic to be louder. I was insanely impressed when I was just bumping through my settings on accident. I was looking through some stuff and I found that. That's a win. Yo, what's up, username? How you doing, man? Yeah, whoever... was it Maddie Clams? I owe Maddie Clams an apology after saying there's literally no setting for it, and then I accidentally find a setting. But you guys have no idea how many times I've Googled this shit. And I've watched probably like 200 plus videos on OBS just alone, because there's so many different intricate settings for like recording for videos, and then there's different settings for streaming, and then there's different settings for this and that, and it's like, oh my god, like it actually hurts my head. So I do owe Maddie Clams an apology from yesterday. Which, speaking of apologies, Spy looks like it's going to be sorry if it does not put in a better trend here. We're above this right here, which is a good sign. All we've done is just hit this. So I wouldn't say that makes this bearish, but the fact we're just producing lower highs over and over again is pretty impressive. But nothing broken yet. I mean, we haven't even broken this, which I would say that's where your structure is. And I almost bet if I grab whatever this is, let's say the meat of the highs right here to here, where they made their high, yeah, it's still holding a good fib. This would be your like midterm retest fib, so whatever that is, I guess you could mark that, and that could be what tells you, hey, we're probably going down now. So whatever that is. But very, very close, because again, you have that level that we literally just grabbed that fib from, so it's not like it's that crazy. But I would say that's a good trigger for, like, if this breaks, that could tell you, hey, structure's breaking, and then if you see that retest from underneath in the 1 minute, that would be a good sign, like, hey, this is trying to go down. Even without even having this marked. But if you want to mark both, that'd probably be fine, too, since that is where I drew that fib from. But I was just trying to get a general range of, like, of this breakout from this new high to this new high, how much ground is it still holding? And it's still holding a good percentage of that, so... even though it does have the lower highs and it gives you that initial fear of like, oh shit, it's really not game over yet. So I would say 590 is a good trigger level to watch for. You had a stomach ache? That's why, for puts. Shut up. It's a good thing you left Lulu alone looking correct on the little inside bar. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, did we talk about that? I don't know if we had or not. I'm glad you at least had that in your ideas. Let's see, what else happened on some of the bigger time frames? I'm really not surprised to see a green candle on Nvidia and Tesla. These are like the two that do not surprise me at all. AMD either. I've been screaming buy AMD as long as it's between 119 and 125, I think. But anything just above 100 is fucking beautiful for that. Now, you gotta remember that AMD's not the better product, so they're not gonna move as well as Nvidia, but they are gonna move well over time. So don't get your panties in a twist if you see Nvidia like up 10% one day and AMD's only up like 1%. It's like, it's okay. That's actually pretty normal. It isn't going to follow it every time, but over time it definitely does. Nvidia's just way fucking better. Visa, MasterCard. I don't know why I still have Visa and MasterCard on my watch list, guys. I keep trying to like force this into our like TA, like let's look at these, and then I like can never find a decent enough setup. I mean, there has been a few, but they say it take forever to set up. Like I don't know the word for that, but they take forever to set up something good, which I feel like is normal amongst like stocks like that too. Like I've always told you guys, like, you know, like a passive stock like Walmart, let's say, like it's not gonna have these rapid movements all the time. It's gonna have a more passive, volatile effect to it, not just like, you know, rampant every other day. It's gonna have trendy days. It's gonna have days where just weeks where it just grinds, you know, grinds up, grinds down. What were some other things we looked at yesterday? Oh, I wanted to look at Andrews Square. I didn't get to look at that. Ah, nice. Okay, good. Yeah, actually, that was like one of the few that actually looked decent because of not just the candles, but like positioning, like not just from long term, but also from midterm. Like over here, it was kind of nice how it was popping up below, and it had the same idea as like what we were talking about with the Lulu chart, probably, where it's like, yeah, it's making that low, but this is exactly what we want to see the next day, you know, for a day like this. You know, you want to see some bullshit candle pop up after this because that's That's aggravating for some bears, you know. So some people are gonna hold that, and really nice open. Honestly, your fucking open the next day is beautiful. That is really nice though. So that seemed to have kicked ass. Damn, Costco really came down all the way to 900 almost. Ah, just almost. What's the low of this candle? 902. Pretty close. Tapped 1,000, fell $100. That's such a beast chart though. How's the music, by the way? Is it too loud or too quiet? Now that my volume is louder, I don't know what the F on that now. I think it's fine. It looks fine on my end, but y'all let me know. Sometimes it gets too quiet, and then the like thing doesn't move enough the bar, so it's really hard to tell. Music is good. Okay, good. Yeah, y'all are like my audio engineers at this point. I'm honestly just relieved I found that volume screen, because it's like three setting menus deep. Like I had to click like 3 different menus just to get to that menu. It was like, what am I even looking at? I was a little scared to even be that far into OBS, because, you know, I click something wrong and who knows what I break, you know? And most Google, or most, sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Google. Most YouTube videos are Streamlabs, not OBS. I don't use Streamlabs, and they are a little bit different in some of the menus. Oh, CVS seems to be doing pretty well too. Wasn't Alexis looking at this? They actually did hold pretty well that day, which this is more of what I wanted to see. I need to see an impulse move. Like, I need to see something go up on this chart. Like, the basing's cool and all, but I just need to see some upward movement at all. And that's what we got today, finally. To be fair, most of the market's doing this, so it's not fair to just single out CVS, but... Whoa, John Deere's in a pretty crazy spot. That actually looks pretty good for a fucking swing, but I'm not touching a swing today. Oh my god, master calls. Let's go. Or MicroStrategy calls. Yeah, I got a good memory. I try to remember y'all's swing picks most of the time. Like, I remember Andrew Square. I remember Maddie choosing Lulu. I remember Alexis saying CVS. There's a few other I'm probably not remembering instantly, but... I try to remember y'all's like swing picks the next day, because I really like to backtest those. I really like to be like, all right, let's see, let's see if the idea works out. And then I like to not just test it the next day. I think testing it just the next day is stupid. Like, if you're just testing overnight swings, that's great, but you should also, if you're doing these tests, like mentally repping and stuff, you should honestly watch it not just the next day, but the next few days. What did it do after what you said, or what did it do after your plan? It's nice to do overnight swings, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, don't just plan for the short term. Plan for a few days. Which is still in the grand scheme, short term. You forgot about it? No, you're good. It's okay. It's not like CVS is like the greatest thing to remember. But I definitely remember you talking about it and saying you liked it for some upside. I just remember us saying we wanted to see more of an impulse move first. Why isn't it going down anymore? Oh, I deleted those stickers. All right. Fair enough. And man, am I glad we went through all those charts, because we didn't go anywhere from when I clicked off of this chart. Yo, I really need this Smokey guy in chat to answer. That was kind of fucked up what he did, but I don't think he realized what he did. Like, bro, sit still and read. Don't fucking invite people. You're watching Snow for a swing. If we can get some volume over the 9 and price over 116. Still watching to see if it wants to retest into the earnings gap. Jesus, I was misclicking hard there. Oh, okay, I actually kind of like this idea. And the main reason I say that just off the rip is because I love that it's already dipped below. But like you said, I would love to see it get over. Whatever this is, like 161, 162s, whatever the like. Hold up, you know what? Let's answer this with math. Whatever the dip of this high to this low is, yeah, 160.80. It needs to be over that, at the very least. But the reason I was saying I kind of like is because it's down, and then if it's trying to retake that level, that would be a beautiful liquidity grab. But we don't have that quite yet. Does that line up with this as well? That would be crazy. Oh, okay, no. Okay, maybe watch that level, actually. It's a little bit higher than the one I said. About 161.25-ish. Where is the 9 EMA? I would love to know. Okay. It's kind of where we were drawing. It's pretty close. Alright, that's not a bad idea. Actually, funny enough, I remembered why I had these down here. It's because Sinful had a pretty cool idea, actually. I didn't pay attention during the New Year's, week or so. But he was kind of doing the same thing with that same idea username. It was back here when they were dipping still, but he's like, I kind of expect them to dip more, and then that'll be when you buy, and they did exactly that. They all pretty much did that for the most part. Now, it's not like huge moves on some of them, like Wells Fargo didn't move much. I mean, Morgan Stanley, all right, but the two that I would be trading are like Bank of America and JP Morgan. Bank of America did all right, but the idea is there, though. Like, it breaking the support, it's on an uptrend. Why would you be shorting that, So you getting that dip down, scaring other people, like they're all turning bearish, but that's generally just like the best opportunity to buy. But that's kind of the same approach. But yeah, that kind of made me remember about that one. Low volume push over the level, then retest to push up with volume after a confirmed holding. Kind of like Spot right now. Now that is a name I haven't heard in forever. I use this shit all the time. But I never trade them. Damn, it did hold a really good portion of the gap. Oh, my shit just lagged. That was weird. I might leave the fib extension. No, I'm not. They already hit them both, basically. Damn, this doesn't look too bad. I need to probably look at this more. Maybe let's add Spotify to the list. I definitely have not looked at them in forever. I didn't even realize they were almost a $500 stock. A little mind-blowing on that one. Yo, Redfin, come back down to like $4 a share, $5 a share. That would be a buy again. We've played it twice. We'll play it thrice. UNH, pretty weird recovery so far, but it is over good fib extension levels. Kind of hard to see, but I have one right here and then one right here. They hit one here, they're over one here. Still kind of battling some monthly emerging candles, but I'm not saying trade this by any means right now, but just very cool that it's basing out a little bit. You know, it's actually getting some normality to the chart. I think for a bit there, that was just devastation. Why do I never see the ticker MSTR on my screen whenever I'm looking for it? Is it not on here? Am I tripping? It's right there under John Deere. Okay, I need to move that up. What the hell is that? What the hell? Someone in chat said, how do you set up alerts on TradingView for your BB indicator? Please help. How the fuck would I know? I don't even use TradingView. Also, this seems like something you could type on. What? I'm actually confused by that question. I'm just gonna move on. Right click the level, hit alert. Yeah, I don't know what's like. But they said, but read their question though. It says using the BB indicators. Like, what do you mean? Do they want alerts every time a level's like a pre-market or pre-market low, current day open, previous day? Like, do they like when that breaks? Like, I don't. Yeah, there's a BB indicator on TradingView. But my question is like, what are they wanting out of it? Like, every time, every time a level hits, they want it to like alert them. Like, I just don't quite understand the question. That was a very generalized question that also makes no sense. You said you love NinjaTrader. TradingView is good for charting. I just don't prefer to trade on it. Its execution can't compete with Ninja as a pro platform. That's pretty cool. For scalping. Yeah, no, I figured that's what you meant. Quick moves, quick trades. In and out. Not worried about fills, just trying to get your trade. I honestly love when someone's like, yeah, I pretty much just scalp or I swing here and there. Like, I love hearing that because scalping's the way. I mean, investing is the way to go, but on top of that, you know, scalping's kind of nice, especially if you have like a nice, cool, quick strategy for just, I mean, anything really. Up moves, down moves. It doesn't matter. It's a good feeling. You feel like you're like a fucking sniper. In, out, no problems. And even when you're wrong, it still doesn't feel as dirty because it's like if you're very decisive about it, at least, let me clarify that, you know, you're not ever losing too much because you're able to decide real quick, like, okay, my trade's wrong, I'm out. You're not sitting there forever holding it. You like bag holding $0 cons? Technically an unrealized loss. If I never close it, I never lose. Yeah, base hits over and over. No reason to go crazy with it. Just good base hits, like you said. That's a good way of putting it, base hits. You don't pay the selling commission. Oh, that's good. Yeah, the longer runs do come up court. But yeah, take what is given. Like when people are like, "Oh, you got lucky. That's a big move." Like, no, you weren't lucky. Like you were there at the right time. Like we're just not always getting moves like that. You know, most of the time you're just gonna get an average size move or whatever you or me think that is. But there are gonna be those opportunities where some people are like, "Oh, you got lucky. That was a big move today." Like I wasn't lucky. I'm doing this all the time, and it just happened to pop up, and I just happened to be here. And that's my setup. And honestly, you should really only be risking like runners, especially on scalps. Like I cannot. That's my most viewed video, and that's my most viewed like topic is like scaling out correctly. You know, most people just like buy and sell once. The other half of the crowd will buy, sell half, and then or not even half. They'll just sell like one and think that's fine enough, and then they'll hold the rest, and then it comes back down again. They cut it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm break even now." Like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, because you didn't take any profits. So it's like you gotta scale out correctly, but it's very important, especially on those big moves, because like your main position should never make the whole move. You're never gonna get to the whole move. That should just be part of your like ideology, the fundamentals of your system. Also, really cool setup here, guys. I'm not saying buy calls. I'm just saying it's very cool that level we've been over just recently. They actually broke under, retook it again, which is a nice liquidity grab on the 1 minute. 5 minutes, probably just a wick. But also cool because they've came back down, made a little bit of a higher low, and trying to build back up. So if we can get over this recent high, that would actually be a start of a trend change off of that low, which would be kind of cool. A 5 minute, like I said, it's not anything exciting. It's just a wick. That's why I skipped to the 1 real quick. Holy moly. Mikey. Not only is your message impressive, I'll go over that soon too. 18 months as a fucking channel member, bro. You're amazing. But he said, made 400% swing trade on Rivian, all because of BBTA. Thank you. No, that's because of your TA, Mikey. I appreciate you giving credit to the strategies and stuff, but I'm honestly just proud of you and your hard work in learning them. Because again, a strategy is just a strategy, bro. But if you actually can utilize it, take advantage of it, it's yours. It's not mine anymore. It's yours. I'm very proud of you, Mike. You deserve that. I gotta check out Rivian now because of that message. That's pretty fucking awesome, though, dude. Good shit. Oh, my lord. I know we're on the 1 minute, but dear lord. So what did you like about this chart that made you get in? Did you just like the common lows here? I mean, this is the setup we've been going over a lot recently. The low being lost here, retake, that's a liquidity grab. And the fact that this is holding it is a potential higher low. So if that's what you saw, I'm very proud of you. This is funny, too, because as I'm talking to Hurst Horns in here, that's what we were kind of just explaining, the same ideology. Like, you're not always going to get big-ass moves, but sometimes you're going to. And it's just something you got to kind of scale out of correctly. You know, you're never going to hold this whole position, but, dude, holy shit. Round of applause for Mikey, everybody. You guys see Mikey in here all the time, messaging, engaging, always interacting. That's fucking awesome, dude. Round of applause for you. I know Maddie is very happy because he is a huge Rivian supporter. Dude, good shit, for real. That's amazing. Oh, you've been holding since 13 strongly? I'm waiting on these earnings. Still thinking if I want to sell before they run up or hold through, but I'll get back to you on that. Damn, good stuff, man. I love being hyped for you guys. Especially when it's someone like Mikey, like someone that we always see in here. You know, it's really nice when it's that kind of person, too, because it's like, you know, they've been working for it. Dude, of course, like, these guys are mowing so loud. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Yo, how was everyone's day today so far, though? Not in the stream, just generally in the day. How was your day? I know not all of you traded SPY. What was everyone looking at? I saw some of you talk about AMD. I saw some of you mention NVIDIA, Tesla. I saw a couple people say Apple, even though Apple looks like crap today. Still thinking if I... Oh, wait, I already read that. But yeah, anyone do anything cool today on trades? I already went through the trade results channel for the most part, so if you posted there, I've already seen it. DJ in chat said, my sister went on her first date, and the guy started pushing XRP on her. What? Bro, the first date, bro's talking about Ripple? Bro is too comfortable in his own skin. First date? Also bought some shares last night. Sold CC since premium is high as fuck. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, covered calls. I was like, what am I not reading on this? Good shit, Mikey. Damn, you really got your bag all around on that thing then. Talking about shares, covered calls, overnight trade or swing trades. You're just abusing that chain, abusing that stock. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Triple Q, very similar price action to SPY. Not really surprised. IWM actually is very rough today. Cannot lie about that. Hurst Horns, I've never had an actual mentor. I'm all self-taught, self-motivated. I never really had anything like that. It was, I guess you could say I had like a inadvertent mentor that I never met or never talked to. But it wasn't until way after I already kind of had my own strategies and I was more self-developed already. And then I realized like this one guy he passed away, rest in peace, but he had a very similar swing strat to me, and I was like, holy shit. So I kind of like used what he had to more refine what I had. Better rules for like getting in and out, mainly. It wasn't really anything more than that, but still very helpful. So I guess that was someone who gave me a little bit of motivation. My demons are my mentors. But yeah, I've never really had that. I wish I did, though, looking back. I think at first I was probably like, oh, fuck that, I don't need that stuff. But looking back at it now, it's like, man, that kind of would have been nice to have. Someone telling me what's up. Or at least giving me a genuine path ahead. Because I feel like that's all I've done is just create a path for people. Like, my path doesn't lead to you being rich. My path just leads to having stability. To where you at least have something to go off of. You know, logic, using context to trade, you know, all the basics. That's all really I've ever done is just make a path, because I feel like that's a lot of things that people don't have. Like, I think a lot of people are smart. I think a lot of people have really good intuition. I just think once they get into like actually trying to trade, they're like, oh fuck, what do I do? They don't like know the proper way to like get into doing it. But it's just I also feel like having, and I'm not bashing anybody in here. I'm not bashing you. I'm not bashing anybody in here who's done this. It's just not my style. I think everybody is unique. Everyone's different. I think it's too much to be, because I feel like it's so niche to be like, yeah, man, how many mentors did you have? And then like you name off a bunch, and then I name off a bunch. It's like it's so like it's like we're not thinking for ourselves kind of thing. And that's just how I think about it. Like, I think it's cool to get a little bit of stability from someone, but I think it's also like up to you to even make that choice, to make that step, you know. Which I think everyone gets to at some point, regardless of mentors or not. But like, it's just kind of nice to have your own thing and actually build off of it, because it's like a trust thing. Like, if it's something you've developed and something you've actually thought up over time on your own without having any outside influence, then that is an original thought. But if you went out there and you had 4 or 5 mentors, and then you're like, well, I trade pre-market high and inside bars, like, you can't sit there and tell me you originally thought of that, because you didn't. You had 4 or 5 mentors, and you most likely saw this on the internet. That's my big thing, is like, people really like to take things for their own and then act like it's their own thought, but it wasn't. Like, guys, it's okay to give someone credit for what they showed you. Like, it's okay. But yeah, just really good. I just like being self-taught. It's not anything against people though. I don't have like any malicious intent behind that. I really believe in like thinking for yourself. And I've been really strict on and disciplined on a lot of people in my chat. And yeah, we're not the most popular, but I literally said this yesterday. Any one of my people is any 20 to 100 of anybody else's chat or any group or any other group of people out there who trade. Any one of my people is 20 to 100 of theirs, depending on how, you know, how they trade. I'm not saying everybody's on the same level, but like, my people are disciplined. My people think for themselves, like, and that's all I've wanted. I don't want a group of like people who come in here like, where are the alerts? Like, I want you to just be able to check chat, check the levels. You're like, bam, I know what the better parts of the trades are. Like, you should know that, because you should know the system. And if you don't know the system, then you shouldn't be sitting here in a position where you're trying to trade actively. That just does not make sense to me. That's like trying to cross a street and you don't even know how to walk. It's like, okay, well, you're probably going to get hit by a vehicle. Sorry to tell you that. It's just logic. That's all it is. And that's what a lot of our chat is, just logic. Just basic price action. There's nothing to it. We use some previous day levels, which again, I could even simplify that. Like, we use short-term price history, and then we use long-term price history from the daily time frame for my day trades, at least, and my scalps. And then on the swings, like, we use just long-term price history, and that's about it. So it's really just using basic price action against different amounts or different gauges of price history. You know, sometimes it's short term, sometimes it's mid term, sometimes it's long term. It just depends where we're drawing it from. It's just very basic. It's very basic. But it's the cool little in-betweens that make us different. You know, the different retest trades we go over. I don't just say, it's a retest, it's a bear flag, it's a bull. That's so fucking simplified. It's crazy. We will actually sit here and break down what type of retest is that. You know, is that a single candle retest? Is it a midterm retest? Is it a full term retest? There's only 3 types that we go over in here. But it's so simple. You just got to give yourself like templates. Like, I always say templates. I don't even know why I use that term, but it is what it is though. It's a template. Like, you got to have templates for different breaks or different retests. Like, you can't just say, oh, it's a retest. Like, because then you're going to try to trade it the same way you traded it every other way, you know, and that's not going to work. It's not going to work out for you. So you got to have templates for doing the same thing over and over again in different scenarios. It's a lot, but it's true. Emerging candles. Honestly, if I showed you how I came up with emerging candles, you would laugh. And no, I am self-taught. I've never had an influence. I had a couple influences, but it was after I already started and was beginning, like. But it was only one person, and it was just for like that style of swing trading, because I'd never seen anybody trade candlestick patterns the same way I had on the daily time frame for overnight swing trades. Until I saw Stephen Bigelow. That was fucking cool. I was like, holy shit, this guy's a genius. This guy's way smarter than I'll ever be. And I took everything he said like to heart, and it helped me a lot. But that was more of like a motivation mentor kind of thing. And I also never got to meet him. I wish I did. That'd have been cool. But there are people out there who are self-taught, whether you believe it or not. But Will, to answer your question, I have to answer this because it's pretty funny, actually. I have to make a whole new drawing set for this, though, because we are not... messing up a chart we have. So, a long time ago, and I don't know if some of these videos are public or not anymore on my channel, because they're really old, and some of them might even just only be in Discord for all I remember, because we've been making videos and streaming for like 6-7 years, but we've only been on YouTube for like I think 4 or 5 years. So all my content that's older isn't all on YouTube. So sometimes I kind of mix that up. I'm like, oh, it's on YouTube, but sometimes it's not. But how we came up with these is I used to be really addicted to fibs. I've really loved fibs for the longest time. The only thing that I would do with them though is like, so let's say, so you know how when you open, I gotta like start from the beginning. So you know how when you open your charting program or whatever you have, TradingView, Thinkorswim, I'm pretty sure most programs do this, but you know how you always have like these default set of time frames? Well, I was really dumb, and I honestly didn't even know you could customize this screen, so don't laugh at me yet. But there wasn't all these time frames, but I would go from like, so here's the thinking behind it. I'd go from the low to the high of that time frame, and I'd draw a fib, right? And this does work, but it's just like the thinking behind it was very surface level, so it did not work for me. And then I'd go to like the next time frame, right? And I'd go, oh, the all-time low is here, and the all-time high is right here. And then I'd go to the next time frame, and I would do that over and over and over again, and I would notice that I would get a shit ton of these lines, right? I get them everywhere. And at first it looked like chaos, but then the more you looked at it and where they were holding, it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is actually like kind of working. And it was a little weird. So I kept doing it over and over again for the longest time. And I would go down to, and this is a horrible example because it doesn't show you any of the levels here, but there'd be levels fucking everywhere on the screen, right? I'll just throw up a bunch just randomly. And I would just plan like I do now. To this day, I do the same exact thing I did 6-7 years ago. I would make a watch list, and I would do it for myself before I did it for anybody else. But I would be like, yo, so if it breaks this, it should go down to, you know, either the halfway point between this and that level, or it should go down to that level. Because in my head, the halfway point's like kind of like a passive thing, you know, because we all know it doesn't always perfectly go to it won't always perfectly go to the next target. Sometimes it does stop in between. So that's why we have those halfway points, because if it's a larger range, like saying if it breaks under 587, target 580, 140, that's a little fucking crazy, because that's an almost $6 drop. Like that's crazy for you to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm planning this out. Like, no. So a halfway point of that be a little more feasible. And so that over time, what it did was just give me a shit ton of levels, and then I started realizing like this isn't really a consistent way of doing things, because let's say we're like right now, actually this would be a perfect example. That whole strategy would not work out because we're up here. So I'm technically missing out on every time we have new lows or new highs on any chart I do that on, right? So I'm cutting my opportunity into a literal third, because it just was like, I don't know, it wasn't, there was no thinking behind it. Like I said, it was very surface level. So then I started back testing. It was the daily time frame that I really enjoyed. I'm showing you the monthly and the weekly, I don't know why. But the daily is what I would just stare at all the time, drawing fibs, drawing lines, all that kind of stuff. And most people online, I think, and this is generally how I got emerging candles, is most people online will be like, yeah, man, I trade price action. And they'll just show you like the most basic shit ever. It's insane to me how this happened. And this is why most people fail when they trade using price action, is because they're not using it correctly. So, and there are a billion ways to use it correctly. That's the funny part. And the only thing that is like consistent through each time it works is like the methods, right? So let's say you're doing something one way, make sure you do it that way every single time, right? Instead of, oh, I'll do it this way, the next time I'll do it this way, next time I'll do it this way. What I mean by that is, let's say you're someone who draws price action like a normal person, right? Normal people will draw it like this, where they're like, oh, well, I have a high here and there's a low here, or a resistance here, and then it kind of stopped here, and there's a support here. And I like that it has 4 touches, right? People count touches, like that fucking matters. And they're like, yep, that's a solid support resistance level. I like that. And they're doing that all over the chart, right? Don't get me wrong, that's great. I'm not even really blaming the thinking behind that, right? I'm really not. It's the non-consistency behind it, right? Let's say 2 weeks from now, I'm bored out of my mind and I want to clear my chart. I just want to redraw everything, right? I am not going to get the same exact levels that I just drew here again. Do you know why? Because what I just did is not consistent. You can't consistently sit here and tell me you're going to draw that the exact same way every single time. That's just not possible, right? Because there's no method, there's no methodology behind it, right? So you have to have some sort of method behind it. And that's what I'm talking about. If you're going to do something, do it that way every time. When people ask me, do you draw the wicks? Do you draw the bodies? Do you do this? Do that? Do whatever you want, but do it that way every time. Don't move away from it. You know, whatever we're talking about in that instance. But that's what made me come up with emerging candles, though, because what is always going to be on this chart? The close of this candle is always going to be there. That's never going away now. That is set in stone, right? I mean, unless the stock market just gets deleted, then of course that, no duh. Which I hope to God that never happens. Right? I could grab these levels, I could clear the chart, and then I could be like, wow, that's great. And you know what's funny too? It's the same thing with how we draw zones in my chat. It really annoyed me how people post, like, I mean, really any you could apply this to anything, but we'll draw zones and they'll do the same exact thing that I just broke down with levels. They'll be like, well, I go off touches, so I see there's like a big resistance here and all that stuff. That's great. I think that's great. But when it comes down to actually taking a trade on that, you're going to be very hesitant. Do you know why? Because your information is not consistent. Your information does not tell you, hey, I'm bullish above this, I'm bearish below this. You're going to be sitting here questioning, is this bearish? Is this bullish? Is this bearish? You're going to be questioning it the whole time, and you're never going to get in. You're just going to be hesitant the whole time. Or worse, you do get in and you don't have an idea what you're doing, right? So it's nice to have actual rules behind the things that you're doing, behind the methods of what makes up your strategy, right? Like with my zones, right? If I see a big reversal, I'm drawing from the high of that move to the open of the last green candle. That is a rule that I'm going to do every single time, right? Vice versa. Oh, I see a dip and it reversed back up and I think this is a demand. Awesome. I'll go from the low of the move to the top of the last red candle, and that's going to be my demand for the longest time, right? Until I see that invalidate, of course. But having rules behind what you do, being consistent in your methods, is how you make things make sense, right? And then you still got to back test and even make sure it even matters, that you even have an impactful system in front of you. Do these levels even get touched? How many times do you see people come into chat and they're like, Bueller, it's crazy how your levels work, blah, 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 blah. It's like, bro, it's just the emerging candle. It's not me. It's the consistency of the levels. It's because they're set in stone. There's nothing special about me. It's the candles. It's the fact that this is never going away. This will always be here. This will always be the first time they closed at 591.08. This will always be the first time they closed at 595.61. This will always be the first time this candle closed at 598.19. And that's what I'm talking about. Just it has to be in stone. It has to be stuck there, right? You can't use something that's going to be moving. Whereas, let's say I delete the chart. I'm going to redraw it the same exact way every single time. When I go to the smaller time frames, I'm going to draw it the exact same way every single time. So that's what's important. But yeah, very long, stupid story, Will, about emerging candles, but that's how they came to be. I'm not joking. Like, I'd have to go find you a video, but a long time ago, I looked very crazy because all I did was draw Fibonacci. I would go from low to high, low to high, low to high, low to high, and I'd have a billion levels on my screen, but none of it was consistent. But I at least remembered that, though, that when I would draw from low to high every time, I was doing the same thing every time. So my result, my levels, I would get the same thing every single time. So even though my system made zero fucking sense at the time, I at least taught myself that. I taught myself, okay, well, as long as I'm doing the same thing every single time, that's what I should be focused on, right? Because let's say you have moving variables, right? And you're backtesting yourself and you're like, well, I fucked up here. Is it really fair for you to say you fucked up there if you didn't do it the same way as you did last time? It's not that you fucked up, it's that you didn't do it the same way as last time, right? So you're not even allowed to criticize good or bad on your trade because you didn't even do the same trade, right? And that's why I feel like people beat themselves up too much too, because they'll look at their trades like that and they'll be like, well, I fucked up here because I lost. Like, yeah, you lost money, but what did you do? And they're like, well, I did the same thing as I did yesterday. And then you look at the two trades, they're completely different. It's like, no, you didn't. You might have thought you did. You might be a little delusional, but you did not do the same thing. And that's what's important is like I said before, just having rules that are set in stone, trying to do the same thing over and over again, right? Therefore, you can actually criticize yourself without beating yourself up, actually being constructive, and be like, you know what? It did this time. It didn't do this time. This is what was different. I need to change that. Or that's how I need to react next time I see this. Actually learning something from it, taking away from it, progressing, moving forward with it. Sorry for the rant, guys, but yeah. How old are you? I just turned 29 in November. It kind of sounds crazy saying that out loud. Oh. But yeah, Long rant there, but that was needed. Good questions, guys, honestly. I was never, like, mad. I'm just passionate about what I'm talking about. But good questions. Good pokes. Good whatever y'all did to get me to say all that shit. But that's true, though. Just, again, being consistent in your methods. I feel like that's more important than anybody's actual strategy itself. Like, you telling me you trade 3-bar plays or inside bars or this, like, that's great. I don't care. Like, I don't care what strategy you trade. You know, it's just, do you do the same thing every time? And if you do, that's fucking awesome. Like, that's all I care about. You're not going to get the same results every time, but that's what we're trying to work the kinks out of to get towards that, so we can actually progress. We can actually make money and be like, oh, I know why I did that. Not, or even better, lose money and actually know why it happened. You know, it kind of sucks when you just lose money or you make money and you don't really know what you did. You don't really know why it happened. You just sit there and you're like, oh, I got lucky on that candle. Like, if you're sitting there telling yourself that, you're not trading, you're actually gambling. No, I did not trade today, VC. My power was out. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to stream today, so I was definitely not in the mood. And then some shit happened in the core server, so that like threw another wrench in the chain. And now we're here. So I'm just having a good time ranting, talking to everybody in stream. But no, I did not. I didn't plan to either, though, so that was, I guess, a good thing that I didn't. Next week, though, I am so ready. I did see, I was backtesting some of the people in chat. I was backtesting some of their reviews. I was backtesting some of their swing ideas from yesterday. Andrew had a really awesome trade review. I hope all of you go in there and read that today. I'm not even glazing Andrew, but I am at the same time. Very awesome trade review. Not just saying that to be nice. It genuinely was something you should strive to do yourself. That exact trade he took. But definitely check that out on the Result and Review channel. He does deserve the glazing. He's pretty nice. Andrew's a pretty good guy. He ditches me on Counter-Strike for haircuts, but, like, dude's pretty cool. Yo, what is up, though, Dr. J? He said, bro, I had to. My hair was rough. I feel you on that, though. I think it was, like, right before December started, I got my hair cut, and I was like, holy shit, I needed this. It just felt like I had, like, more oxygen going to my head, finally. It was like, ah. Oh. I have, like, really thick, curly hair. Like, not how you probably imagine after I said it like that. It's, like, wavy, curly hair, not like, curls, like, I don't even know how I would describe that. Yeah. Thick hair. You get one every 2 weeks? Damn. Bro's got a good head of hair. Wavy? Okay, nice. Okay, so you might know what I mean then. That's what I mean. Like, it's like, I have a lot of curls, but it's because I have wavy hair. Like, so it's really just fucking thick all the time. Which, I guess I can't complain about that. That's not something to complain about, having thick hair. Yeah, wavy. I was also, what do they call those? Calyx or callus? Calyx? Whatever the things are, like the swirls in your head. I have one right in the fucking smack center front of my hair. So I have like a bunch of curls, and then I have like this like wave that's like dominantly over the rest of them. Cowlicks, yeah, there you go. I have two back. Oh, that sucks. You have back and front. Yeah, I don't like them when they're in the front because it's like super obvious. It's like, look, my hair's fucked up. But it's not effed up. It's just because your hair has cowlicks or whatever. Is that really what they're called? I hear people say it fast, so I didn't know that was like the term. But is that really the term? Wow, cowlicks. People say it so fast, you hear like, it sounds like they're saying cowless or something like that. So it's like, what? I've never seen it typed out before, probably either. Accurate term, the more you think about it, though. That's a stock market stream. We're sitting here talking about cowlicks. Okay, so yeah, Will, you have the exact same one I do. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like front middle. It's like sometimes it looks like you're like balding on like the corners of it, but you're not. It's just because like it's moving, and then when like your hair grows out, it looks like you have too much hair in your fucking face. It's like what the hell? Like it's like two negatives on you. Yeah, like a cow licked your head. Yeah. No, it made sense after I thought about it, but it was just like what? Yeah, we don't just talk about stock stuff here. That'd be too boring. What is everyone doing this weekend? Now that we're jumping into another weekend already. It's already the 3rd of a new year. But the first weekend of the new year, how are you guys going to spend it? Who's drinking this weekend? Who's partying? Come on, tell us now. It is, Will. I agree. Oh, dude, you're going ice fishing again? That actually looked so badass. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I've watched so many videos of just like fishing and camping and stuff, but like ice fishing especially because it just looks so crazy. But your pictures were incredible, dude. Definitely get some more pics or something of like the cutout or something. That'd be cool. That should be fun as hell. Family and study. Damn, Hurst Horns is grinding. I like it. Thank you, Andrew. Good shit. See, that's a weekend right there. Now I can't even be like, where's my Counter-Strike partner? Because it's like, bro's ice fishing. Like, bro's living life. Everyone else is partying while I study my craft. I like that, man. I like that. I respect it. I got a couple nerds in here who don't ever turn off their brains either, so I feel you. I feel like in the first few years of when I was grinding, like trying to just figure out what I want to do, like strategy-wise, I was definitely grinding a lot more. And now that the strategy and the system's more established, and not just established, but it's been upgraded, like through other people's hard work, not mine. I mean, I worked hard too. I'm not trying to down myself, but I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people in chat have definitely worked their asses off and have made the system even better. Leland and just all kinds of people, username, just the whole pattern recognition. It's just nice that everybody works on it. And it truly is like not just my strategy. It really is the group's. Yeah, it definitely help. Like you said, if you have a why driving you, that purpose, man, it'll have you fucking not sleeping for weeks. Without being tired too. You'll be like not sleeping as much, and you won't even be tired because you'll just be grinding, and it doesn't feel like you're tired. Like, because it feels like the energy is going where you want it to. You're applying it exactly where you want it to, and it feels good. In time, I can relax maybe after reaching certain goals. Yeah, I'm the same way. Feels like you can't do nothing until you've done something. And then whenever you've done nothing long enough, then it pushes you back into gear to like, all right, I gotta do something again. I wish we got ice down here. Lucky you, Andrew. Love some. I know it's not a bad word, but every time I say that word, it feels like I'm saying a bad word. Just got a new pull-up tent that we attached to the ATV. Doing nothing is still doing something. Facts. What's up, Eric? How you doing today, man? Damn, only 2 minutes to set your whole tent up and everything. How long does it actually take for you to like cut the ice, pull it out, or is that all done already? Or how deep do you cut? I gotta know. You know what, class? We're all just ending stream and we're all taking a trip to Andrews. You have a drill with an auger, so like 15 seconds. Dude, that's bad. You got a whole ass setup. Just getting back on to support the stream for a bit. I appreciate you, Eric. Thank you, man. I'm just happy to hear from you. We usually have 3 to 6 inches ice when I go. Bro, less than 3 minutes and Andrew has a tent up. The hole's cut, poles are out. Like, bro has a whole system for this. but still, it's great for us all to break away and get away from charts. That is just, oh yeah, 100%. It, even if it's not to like get away and do something else, like it's just nice to take a break from the charts, even if it's just like a day or two of you like just keeping your mind off things. Because when you reapproach the chart, it's like you have this like different like energy hit you. It feels so good, like you're refreshed, like you just took your first drink of water in like 2 weeks. That's what it feels like sometimes. It's so nice, but for the head. Testing the 591.04 emerging candle again. Look at Dr. J. I'll leave it on the 5, and if anything happens, I'll jump to the 1. I don't like the split charts. I'll be honest with you guys. And personally, when I trade, I just flip. I just flip time frames. I don't sit here and have two things on my screen. It's too nerve-wracking for me. In deep winter, we get around 18 to 22 inches of ice. We drive the truck on the ice. What the fuck? Bro, I would not survive. I'm from Texas. I would probably freeze. That's crazy, dude. 18 to 22 inches. You're just driving on top of that shit. I got mail. Let's see. What else was said? It's easy to get caught up in the grind and forget to relax. Easy. Yeah, 100%. I agree. You're in Texas too, San Antonio, but you're from Dallas. Ooh, nice. I was born in Houston, but I live in Katy, which is basically just second Houston. Nice, though. Nice. I love San Antonio. And I've been to Dallas probably 1,000 times. San Antonio's a vibe, though. I always like going there because of, don't y'all have, like, isn't it New Braunfels right above you? And then there's, like, the cave system or whatever. That shit used to be a lot of fun going to. We just got bluegills, perch, and the occasional pike or walleye here. Snowmobile's very fun toy. Damn. I don't think I've only driven one snowmobile, but it wasn't in a snow like environment. Like I just like drove it like 5 feet to just get a feel for like what it did. I was like, oh shit. It's just a more badass four-wheeler, bet. Not really. It's way different. But damn, yeah, dude, a snowmobile would be I know if four-wheelers are fun, snowmobiles have to be fun. Like there's just no way. You've been to the cave, the river is cool, the lakes are great, but just so low in the water I can't do much fishing, sadly. Damn. That sucks. Yeah, San Antonio is very nice. I've never not had a great time going there. Walleye and pike in Canada is no joke. They are huge here. Drive it like you stole it. Much more fun that way. My chat's like just begging everyone to just go as hard as they can. Spy is trying to push that level Dr. J mentioned. I know I'm not 100% focused on updates here. I'm just enjoying y'all's commentary here. Dallas here. Go down to Katy often. You should do a live event and teach people. Live event would be dope. Live event? Oh, that sounds so boring. That's pretty cool that you come down here very often. What part of... I guess I don't know how I would ask that. I was going to ask what part of Katy do you visit, but that's such a vague question. But that's very cool. We got a couple people from Texas in here. I never really asked too many of you where you're from, because a lot of people are like just from around the world in general. Like at the beginning of my chat, I would say I had less Americans than I do now. We definitely have a lot more Americans now than we did before. Before, I had people from Australia, Middle East, UK. We had someone from Russia in here before. A lot of Canadians, which that's North America though. which I actually kind of vibe with my Canadian crowd. My Canadian crowd's pretty cool. We got some cool Canadians in here. The lakes, Medina and Canyon are super blue and clear. Oh, nice. I like the fishing talk, but I built a pond in my backyard so I can relax. Damn. Now that's badass. He's at the pond right now with his laptop. That's dope. I remember I saw, I mean, it was like a super rich family, but I saw them build a pond, and I thought it was the coolest process ever. That is dope, though. That's got to be such a vibe, just sitting there, like, not even just actively trading, but just charting something or looking at something. Like, that's probably so relaxing. Let me move the chart up a little bit. It's probably a little awkward just staring at that. Oh, that's even more awkward. Like right here, I should probably add a halfway point between here and 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 here. But I don't want to fill up my chart. I just kind of like how clean it looks right now. But technically, there is a level here. This is just a cool, consistent method to use just for, hey, probably shouldn't aim for the moon. So if we do get continuation over this, between 593 and 593.65 is what we would expect for it to go up to. And then, of course, it goes past that. We've got the next level, next area, so on and so on. Which I wouldn't expect us to go much higher than this area here. If we do get up here, I won't be surprised. That's awesome. We got up here, cool. But if we get any higher than that, I will be surprised because that is a pretty large amount of movement. Even with the consolidation, that's still a lot. But just remember what we talked about, guys. I know I don't talk about this as much as I used to because we don't click on the sectors as much because in my head, y'all know all this, so I don't go over it as much. But I know some people probably haven't heard it yet. But it is definitely important to go over these 5 tickers here. XLK, XLF, XLY, XLV, XLC. This is just tech, banks, discretionary, healthcare, and comms sector, communication sector. Very important because these are a very large portion of SPY. This is what a lot of you guys are looking at, right? So it's very important to understand, like, oh, why is SPY up or down? Well, I mean, even if you don't know the why, like interest rates or any random fundamental reason and the outlying part of the market, you can at least get the actual answer from the market. You'd be like, oh, well, tech is doing really well. Banks might be struggling, but it's not enough to hurt anything. Discretionary, our Tesla, Amazon, Nike, McDonald's, Home Depot sector is doing great. Healthcare, which, as we all know, almost never joins the party when we go up or down, and here they are actually joining us. So a lot of our largest sectors are going up. So what is that? A combined effort. We have a combined effort of multiple sectors moving up, regardless of whatever the outlying reasons are, news-wise or fundamental reasons. It doesn't matter because you can read that without knowing that. So that's why I always try to tell you guys to cool it on the news, because you don't need to know every little thing about the news. It's just, as long as you're paying attention to at least what your sectors are doing, you'll have an idea of what's going on. Instead of just, you know, what I sometimes do on stream, I just go to SPY, I'm like, yeah, guys, we're up. Like, yeah, no shit. Why are we up, though? So that's good to know. Sorry, I'm trying to move this over to where we can see more than just, you know what? No, we'll just leave it like that. And I'll come back to reading. It's nuts. Triple Q broke previous day high. Let's go. Good call out, Alexis. Maddie I said, gotta hit the road for a bit. Peace, peace. Have a good one if I don't make it back. Be safe, Maddie. Thank you for being here. Wow, all the bulls were waiting for that level to break. Oh, he's in the Discord? Finally. Yo, thank you, Andrew. I was genuinely stressing about that because he hasn't answered yet. I'm like, what the fuck? No, that low-key pissed me off, but I caught it pretty quickly. Actually, no, I didn't. They were in there since last night. That's kind of annoying. The only reason I'm not banning or kicking him, though, is because Smokey has been around me for a very long time. In the core server, he invited people, and literally, I have a channel called Read First, and it's even the category is called Read First, and it says inviting someone equals banned, because the whole point of this server is for just course owners, right? So if any jackass can just invite someone to it, then that kind of defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to build there. But I was just saying the reason I'm not mad at him specifically is because he's been around here so long that, like, it's whatever. I just wanted to make sure he doesn't do it again. I kind of like how I have it set up now, because I am personally in control of every person's access, whereas before I was not. I think it's very vital that I'm in control of that. Because if someone just randomly joins, they don't have access, like, what the hell, dude? And if someone has errors or problems, I can just give it to them instantly. There has to be no waiting, no complaining, no crying, no nothing. I want it to be as easy as possible for someone to just, bam, I'm on it. Hurst, you don't have to sign up to be in there. You could just join and talk with people. I always tell people, please, if you join my chat, do not sign up first. Like, please just join and vibe out for a bit, and then decide that later on. I cannot stress to you how much I hate when someone just joins my chat and joins instantly. It's like, bro. Like, I love that you're in the Discord, but I hate that you just got a membership that fast. It's just there's so much value for free. Like, you want to get a membership, you want to pay for some other shit too, that's cool, that's great, but that's not what I recommend. I recommend you just joining, vibing out, and then you decide that later on. You don't have to do anything, though. I can give you a link if you want, though. You can join and just vibe out in the trade floor. If I can even find the link. Oh, here it is. But here you go. I think that shows up in YouTube chat. I'm not sure. I also don't like to just sit here and promote my server too much, because it's like, that's not what everyone's here for. Some people just like to vibe out in my streams. 80% entry, sorry, off previous day high. My bad. Just be careful, because we are above previous day high, above 2 previous days highs. I'm not bashing you on that. But I've been watching this the past few days, because we've been stuck under this still. And all this is just from the high of the move to this emerging candle. But in reality, it's supposed to go from here to the open of that green candle. But I didn't want to be tedious with it. But you do have a... Whoa. Hold up. You do have a potential single candle retest here so far. 3-bar play. I don't even know why I say it. I should just say 3-bar play. But yeah, 3-bar play possibly. And they did a good job holding this area here. I was saying you either need to have this hold as structure or break as support for whatever next move's happening. I don't, up or down, I don't know. But basing it off of that, and that's a good job they did, holding that with multiple higher lows, moving up from it, making a new high. So they are continuing trend from when we started the stream. That was basically the only thing I've actually gone over besides just yapping about different things and talking with you guys. I'm not in a trade though. I'm not trading today. Dude, I thought my power was gonna be out all day. I was about to be so sad. Cause I was like, great. Now my Discord's gonna think that I'm making excuses for not being here. But I swear to God, my power got cut. We called Centerpoint and they're like, 70 homes are screwed up in your area. We don't know why it's out, but we have 5 people out there fixing it. And then I was like, wait, 70 people? I go to like the site that shows the map and it showed like 3,000 houses in the area. I was like, bruh, 70? Where do they get their numbers from? He said, my bad, I was throwing tinfoil at power lines. Yo, I appreciate you, lag to death. I didn't really mind it at first, but then the longer I was sitting here, the longer I was like, wow, imagine this keeps going and I can't start my stream. Like that would literally be the epitome of a Friday for me. That would be my Friday. Ah, they did make that new high, Dr. J. They did close over. Now I'm kind of interested what all is moving this. So we do have small caps and tech participating. So I'd say this is most of the market moving up right now. I'm not going to say the whole market, but that's a good sign that you see multiple moving up together, not just one or two. That would suck. Also pretty interesting, like I said earlier, that we have healthcare up with tech. A lot of the times we see the market move up. Healthcare doesn't participate, but who knows? Maybe the positioning from UNH being down so bad is helping. Maybe because UNH hurting the rest of healthcare, and then they're all holding at lows right now. Maybe that's helping us a little bit extra today. So the extra oomph in today's movement is definitely the sectors working together. But the two especially, though, that I like are tech and healthcare working together. But you do have discretionary in there kicking ass just as much as tech is. Discretionary is kicking the market's ass today. This is going to be your Teslas. This is going to be your Amazons. This is going to be your Nikes. This is going to be... Actually, Nike didn't do shit today to help out XLY. Neither did Home Depot. So it really was just mainly Tesla and Amazon. And mainly Tesla, you could even make that argument. That's also a cool thing, too. If you guys ever, like right here, click Spy, and then click Analyze at the top. And you could just Google this, too. This isn't something special to just think or swim. But you can actually see a live calculation of like how much this is of SPY. So, oh, okay, now I know tech is 32. That's actually the largest I've ever seen tech take up the portfolio, by the way. But 32.25% is pretty nuts. So we go to XLK. Now we know that this is about 30, let's just say 32%. 32% of the stock market. So now it's also good to remind yourself, okay, well, what are the top weights in that sector? Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft. So it's just good to know first 3, first 5, I would say, just to get yourself started. But very important. And why I say it's so important that XLV is helping us is because, here we go back, because they are about 10% of SPY, which normally they're about second or third, but right now they're in fourth. But they're neck and neck with third and second right now. So it's pretty much just tech and then everything else is how we see it right now. But the other main core sectors you want to pay attention to are definitely banks, XLY, and healthcare. XLC is not as important, but it's neck and neck with them still, so you got to keep that in mind. But as you can see, though, tech definitely the most important thing right now in terms of sector weighting. Not the most important by everything. But yeah, pretty cool. It's nice to break it down like that because I feel like it really sucks when you're sitting here and you're like, oh, the fucking news made it go up. It's like, did it though? Like, did it really make it go up? Like, let's take the news out of the equation, right? Yes, news does affect the market. We all damn well know this. This isn't fucking news, right? Pay attention to just the sectors. Pay attention to the math of things, the probability of things. Like, oh, we have 5 sectors out of my main 5 that I want to go up. Okay, well, SPY's probably up right now. Like, it's just good to have that, like, base of knowledge of, like, hey, this should be doing this. He said, of course. Yo, what's up, Mel? How you doing? Mel. How you doing, dude? Did Smokey see the message yet? I don't think he did. Thank you, Sir Don Finn. And yeah, guys, I think next week I'll have the schedule up. I'll have it up Sunday. You'll know what we're doing before we're doing it. But we're going to have one of the member-only streams. So that'll be an unlisted stream link to where only members of Discord and YouTube can join. But we're going to have one of those next week to start off, and then we'll see where we go from there. But I would like to try to do at least one of those a week. Whether it's a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or a Thursday, I don't know what day we'll do. But I would love to do one of those a week at the very least. Maybe in the future lead to two of them a week. Who knows? But that would be cool. God, it's so good to stretch, dude, I swear. Stretching is so good. Andrew, when I bought AMD, if I bought Nvidia instead, I'd still be down. Bro, the AMD AVGO Nvidia war has started in my Discord server. I was always scared of this day. AMD versus Nvidia, yeah, literally. It's like it's the holy war that I'm actually scared of. Like everyone's always scared of like the actual holy war. I'm not scared of that. I'm scared of AMD versus Nvidia war because that gets started, bro. We're never. When I first started trading, I jumped into the first one, right? I couldn't ever join a stock chat or hear anybody not talk about AMD and Nvidia being better than what. It didn't matter to me. Like I just wanted to trade. And then it turned into that, and now it's like we're like slowly creeping back into that corner again. I mean, in my opinion, I think you're dumb if you don't buy at least one of them. They're both going to be part of our future. I think that's almost as good as written in stone. It's not actually gonna, it's not actually written in stone, but AMD and Nvidia are not going anywhere. I'm not a veteran of the past chip war. No, I would not call myself a veteran. I would call myself a... Hold up. I know the term I want to use. What is the term from Full Metal Jacket? He's like, I'm a wartime correspondent, or whatever the hell he says. That's what I was. Rumble, yeah. I'm reading Discord chat and YouTube chat at the same time. This is pretty funny. Bro, Discord chat is hilarious right now. Oh my god, username. It's working! It's working! Now this is pod racing. How about no? Andrew, I might be your only support in chat. Oh my god, bro. Sinful. Dude, Sinful's on fire right now. Leland said, sold for profit and I bought back lower. Sinful said, wash sale rule. Cool story, bro. Bro, that actually got me. In Canada. Bro, I'm actually crying. That was actually pretty good. Oh. It wasn't what he said, it was just how fast he replied. Like, him and Leland are so, like... They're very quick-witted when they talk to each other. I mean, I feel like Sinful is just in general, like, anybody. It's fun watching Leland and Sinful go at it, though. Wash sales for losses, though, ain't it? It doesn't exist here in Canada. Yeah, but... I knew the yeah, but was coming. Only because Leland was typing. Yeah, like I never understand the whole Nvidia war because like yes, Nvidia is like bigger and better and both their companies are technically connected, but like I mean AMD's like it's just I know so many people that still use AMD, like it's not going away. AMD and Nvidia are never gonna go away unless just some random tertiary product comes out of nowhere that aliens crafted. I just don't see it happening. Like we need both. We need both Nvidia and AMD, and neither of them will continue to grow without the other. You have to have that competition, and even if it isn't close in certain areas, GPU versus CPU, it doesn't matter. It's like just the fact that it's there is what matters. Apple, Facebook, Twitter, Google, none of these companies would have grown. Microsoft, none of these companies would have grown to where they are without competition. You have to have competition to grow. So that's a great thing for AMD if Nvidia is what you would say. Intel too. Did you read that Wall Street Bets post where the guy has his entire inheritance in Intel? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know about Intel like long term. I'm not a huge fan. I've never been a huge fan. I've always just been Nvidia AMD guy, but I mean there are a couple areas Intel's like pretty helpful, but no, link me that though. I'm not on any cool Wall Street bet sites. I would love to be, or not any sites. I would love to be on some threads. Like, what are some fun threads you guys are on? Let's see, Reddit. I won't lie. The last time I was on Reddit is because I was trying to look at how bad that New Orleans thing was. It was pretty disgusting what I saw. I had to take the 2-day internet break after that one. Oh my god. This one says, anyone else get their New Year's surprise too? And then it's like, you are in a margin call. Skipped college for this, down 29K. Dear God. I mean, I've lost money before, but I've never lost $30,000 in a single account. That is just like you being stupid. Why are you even putting yourself in a position to lose 30,000 if you don't know what you're doing? Like, I sit here in front of you all, and I'll tell you right now, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying my best. And that's honestly the best attitude you can have. If you've ever sat here and been like, I know exactly what I'm doing, you're a fucking moron. You do not know what you're doing. No one does. Like, it all comes down to how well do you know yourself and your system. It has nothing to do with you versus the market most of the time. It's most of the time you versus you. What did you do? Yo, can you link it to me on Discord? I went to Wall Street Bets, but I don't think I'm going to find it. I did find a pretty funny Carvana post here, though. This guy said 50,000 2 hours ago. I got to go to the Carvana chart after seeing this. Okay, maybe he's doing well. He said $50,000 short Carvana. He has 25 contracts of the 175 March 21st. Alright, well, at least he's up right now. He's up like $750 right now. Oh, it's definitely more. Damn, that's not bad. This is pretty funny, actually. I need to look at this more. Carvana rejects Hindenburg. Oh, that's why they're getting their shit pushed in. It's Hindenburg. Love that. Hindenburg is the biggest scam ever. Top hedge fund returns in 2024. D.E. Shaw had 36%. Damn. I'm seeing a lot of hymns memes on here. What is SB? How did someone make $93,000 off of 7K on this? What? Math? I swear some of these are just quotes and people screenshot them like they would actually get filled on them. Having a struggle time here at the next level here. While I'm sitting here rolling through Wall Street Bets. That's interesting. Is Maddie Clams in the stream? The Clam Meister? I repeat, is Maddie Clams in stream? He deleted the post? Damn. What a weirdo. Why even post it in the first place? More expensive than at 2000.com. Yeah, speaking of Intel memes, I found one. How Intel will bounce back and regain its monopoly. Goes all in on KFC console, not AI. China nukes all the competition. That's actually pretty good. That needs to go to chat. Damn, good shit, Danak. He turned a $180 trade into $1,200 today. That is pretty fucking insane, dude. Trading MSTR. Oh, my bad. Y'all don't care about this. Why are there so many hymns memes on the Reddit page? It's like hymns memes, and then there's like an actual ad for hymns. HIMS. Like the memes and the ads mixed together. It looks so sus. Alright, I'm off that. Dr. J, you know what really good... I mean, you've probably heard me say it before, but I love going to stock twits and just reading the comments, dude. It is so funny. It is the most funniest thing ever, dude. Like, every time I go to any tab, I could go to any ticker. Netflix, Tesla, Nvidia, Google. It does not matter, man. You will find comedic gold in there. Some people take it serious, and then there's, like, some raging, and there's, like, some roasting of each other, but... There's some really funny comments on some of those posts. Like, some of it's, like, super obvious. It's like, what the hell? But then some of it's just super funny. Honestly, excuse me, Robinhood needs to bring back the what do you even call that? The text chats? They need to bring those back. How many of you were around when Robinhood had text chats that where you could, like, there was like whole channels that you could talk to people in? I bet most of you weren't. Those were the days of fucking chaos. It's like Robinhood saw Yahoo had those, like, chats you could, like, you know, you go to a ticker and you could type under it and talk to people. Or just talk about the ticker itself. Robinhood had that for everything, even for crypto. You could go to, like, the Doge chat, you could go to Bitcoin, you could go to Ethereum, you could go to any little chat, you could talk to each other, and it was hilarious. Found a mirror post. I like the toxicity. Bet. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Yo, this is a sketchy link. Okay, I see why. Let's read this together. I bought $700,000 worth of Intel stock today. This is trending on Wall Street Bets on Reddit. Link below. Grandma died 2 months ago. Left me $800K inheritance. Oh no, not an inheritance story. I'm only a junior in college as a math major and I don't really have any use for the money. Oh no. He's a junior college in math and he thinks he's a fucking genius. Nor do I have any debt. I'm very fortunate that my parents are paying for my education. Okay, at least he's humble enough to, like, admit to that. I always heard about people losing their inheritance by spending it on garbage instead of investing. So I told my parents I'm not going to spend a cent of this money and I'm going to invest all of it, and they were proud of me. I put 100K into high yield savings account and bought 700. Okay, at the very least, he at least did this correct. Like, at least he put 100K into something, right? And into a group of something, right? Instead of into an individual something. Bought 700K worth of Intel stock at market open. I plan on holding this for a decade, depending on how it performs. What, the position or the company? He needs to clarify on that one. Here's why I like Intel. Oh God, are we about to get short-term numbers? Do you see how many times I see him just mention 2024? Oh no. I'm sorry, bro. Half this shit does not matter. 4 PE ratio, that's somewhat important. This is not what needs to be talked about, but let's read it anyway. The reason I am roasting him for typing 2024 so much is because this implies he's only done short-term research, which, I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but, like, we're in an age where the internet is the most powerful it's ever been. I could literally type ChatGPT and go do it for free. I could literally type here on Google, and it has an AI that will actually answer you. So it's really not hard to find out things. So half this list is pretty irrelevant. I'm not even reading those. These are a lot of generalized points, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is probably his best reason, and it's the worst one. Geopolitical tensions will ultimately work in Intel's favor more than any other company in the industry. He's like, bro, China is gonna fuck up everybody except Intel. It's just like that meme I was just laughing at. Okay, this is actually pretty funny. That is crazy, dude. Wait, there's a transaction screenshot? Hold on, let me test this on my other screen first. No. 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 Portfolio diversity, 99.31%. So does that mean the other 100K is not in this account? I'm assuming he did this through like Schwab on a different account, because this 700K is clearly all on Robinhood. Bro, 100K is not even in this account, dude. He actually might have lied about this part of the story now that I think about it. Right here. Oh no, savings account. Never mind. He clarified that. Okay, that makes sense. Damn, your average cost is 30.45, bro. I gotta get a good peek at this just for the sake of the meme. Wait, what did I just say? 30.45? Oh God. My brother in Christ, he bought up here before it gapped down. Hold up, we're doing a new chart. Meme. August 1st. Bro, he bought the open of the day that it gapped. No fucking way, bro. No way. Bro, joke's on him for typing. I'm sorry, but anybody who actually believes in this shit right here. Hold up. Where's it at? This one. This right here, that's crazy. Like, you saying geopolitical tensions will work in the favor of a company, that is true. I'm not arguing that isn't true, but he's speaking in terms of like over the next year or two. Like, guys, if something happens like that, you won't see the effects of it for a while, and then when the effects finally do show up, you won't see them go away for an even longer while, right? They linger, right? We're kind of experiencing that right now, actually. Me and Sinful were just talking about stagflation. Like, a lot of prices right now are stagnating. It's not the fact that inflation's going up or down. It's because they're stuck there. So it's kind of funny to see the same theory or ideology here. Dude, this position hurts my brain. He's just casually down like 8K. And this is when he bought. Bro's down 34 cents. And he's down 8K. Dude, holy shit. 22,987 shares, 0.70. I would have been OCD with my money. If I had all that money in a Robinhood account, I would have probably bought, like, if I was doing this, it would have been a flat number. I'm not doing 22,987. Ah, that one hurts my eyes. All right, I gotta see the monthly on this chart. Let's see if homie is screwed. It's just like, if I have that much money, why are you not dumping it into the other two companies? Like, he could have put 200K on each of these and still had 300 to play with. Shit, save the 300K. Go buy a car. Or go fucking, or not buy a car. That's actually a very dumb idea. Just do anything else with that money. But I mean, you're essentially just throwing that money away, throwing it all into one stock. If you are ever gonna throw it into one stock, the only person that has ever been confident to do so has been with Apple. Like, you just don't see positions like that. Like, that's crazy. I do not feel bad for that guy. That's a little disrespectful to his grandmom. Grandma. That's pretty fucked up. That's why I hate reading those inheritance stories, because it's like, bro, you have no idea how many years your grandma probably worked for that kind of money, and you're just throwing it away on Intel stock. Like, come on, bro. It was so funny because he was like, I'm better than all of you degens, and puts all of his money in one company. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what blows my mind. Like, at least it wasn't options. I'll give him that. I agree with that point, too. Because it's still way better than him doing options with all that money. But, I mean, come on, man. There's no way he did all that research on just one company and then just bought all of it. Like, what? Yeah, like going on like Apple or Tesla or Nvidia or fucking Amazon or Microsoft for all I care. Like honestly, like Andrew said it in chat, and I've been saying it too for the longest time. Like, if I'm dumping a bunch of money into any stock right now, it's probably Microsoft, because out of all the top weights of tech, it's the one that's down the most. If we're really going for value for our buck here, this would be the one you throw all that money in, not fucking. I don't even have Intel on a watch list, bro. I just realized that. I don't even have it on my watch list. We don't even look at it in this chat. That's crazy. And that's funny, though, that you said he had a post where he's like, I'm better than all of you. Like, I love when people post that stuff. Because it's like, bro, you're asking for that stock to gap down. That's like the Kramer effect. Like, Kramer says that stuff. It's like karma. You'd have to be stupid not to buy this stock, and then it gaps down the next day. It's like, bruh. That's still a funny story, though. I'm not hating on Intel. That's a pretty funny story. Dumping all of your grandma's inheritance into that. Planned, worked out how to do it. Life of a roadie. All good, Alexis. You did what you could. Good job being in front of it, though. Michael Anthony said, Ford, look at this, which look out the numbers today on autos, which has more upside. So you like Ford? Wow, that is a pretty crazy part of their chart. Alright, well, I can't hate on the Ford recommendation, because it is actually in a pretty cool part of their chart. Now, if Ford was like up here and you were recommending it, I'd be like, but it's actually in a pretty good part. You get a good bang for your buck. And that's what you want to see when you're buying shares of stuff. You don't want to just be like, oh, I like the company. Like, yeah, you want to like the company, no duh. But don't just buy the company at any price. I'll have to check out more of their numbers off stream, Michael. Or maybe I can do some here on the side. Ford. Chat APT. Ford 2025 outlook. And then I like to look up the. Oh wait, here it says it right here. Holy shit. Which we all knew the EV stuff was hurting them, but this is an actual number to hear out loud. The company has faced financial hurdles, particularly within its electrical vehicle division, which we all knew that. I mean, EV is just having a tough time in general. Unless you're Tesla, which is projected to incur a full year loss of around $5 billion. 35% increase from year over year. Marketing sales. Despite this growth, the company fell short of the UK's zero emission vehicle mandate. Oh, that sucks. Ford achieved only 6.8% EV sales, significantly below 22% target, potentially target lines exceeding 100 million pounds or 100 million euros. I don't really know what that is. Ford continues to innovate with upcoming models. Honestly, dude, Ford's going to kill it with the hybrids. Ford's going to do so good with the hybrids. Yeah, that's what's crazy, username. That's a good... I'm glad you said that to kind of correct me a little bit. Crazy, yeah, like you said, it's down the most, and it's only 10% away from its all-time highs. I'd still buy it over Intel. Ford looks like major support is at 950 area. Looks like it bounces each time. Here, I'll go to the... I was going to say the monthly, but I might need to go to the yearly on this chart. I was trying to find a good low to start from. There we go. Maybe I'll start from that one. Actually, you know what? Screw all of that. Let's do this. Everyone always asks me to do zones, so I'll do some damn zones. I'm just going to 2025 because I can't be asked. I never understand why people do that. Like, you can actually just edit it. So we get a resistance there. Another demand is kind of like right here, but I don't know if I'd call that one. Then you get a little bit of a supply right here, which I am definitely going to draw that. 25. There's something here I'm not seeing. I could just cheat and grab this. I could cheat and grab this. I think I'm going to grab that. Oh, dude, you are actually looking at the best part of the chart right now. Okay, let's go to max daily. And why I'm doing this, because I just want to see, like, how long are these periods? Like, does it just do some... Okay, so this is just some higher lows that get up here. What is this, like, March all the way to... Fuck, holy... Okay, that's like a long time. So it has very long ranges, which, fair enough. It is a auto industry stock. I'd be careful. This is a good value buy. I'm not trying to, like, discredit you here, but be very careful, because if you do end up losing these lows, like, it might have one of those drip down effects where it might have to go down here and settle again before giving you another balance. But if this is where it's consolidating, which this looks just like every other dip we've seen. What's the last one that did this? I literally just had a chart on my screen that showed this, where you had a move, then a gap down, and then everyone was buying that gap down, but it's like another gap down came, you know, and then it based out here, and that's where it built up from. So they could have the same thing going on here, but that is a lot of basing happening right here. Let's see. From the low to the first high, what are they holding? They did reject under it, so this is definitely cautious. Below 1040s. I don't know. It is a good value buy, but at the same time, you're at a part of the chart where it could give you a better buy. That's my short-term opinion. So I think it's a buy either way, but you just got to be very careful with this, because if this doesn't end up holding, like, you're going to get caught in a move where you're down $2 all the time on your average, and it's just going to suck. But I don't know. I've never really been into the auto industry too heavily. I don't... It's just very volatile, and it shifts a lot. But I definitely don't bag on anybody who looks at these stocks, because, I mean, there's a lot of money in this. Speaking of a lot of money in this, what is PayPal doing? It's a dividend stock too? Yeah, that too. This isn't in the best spot for new buyers. I know because we were telling people to buy back here, but I genuinely still feel this is going to at least 120 over the next few months. It's this emerging candle from the monthly. It's about 123, but I've always thought we would at least get back up to this point. In the past, I told people, you know, if we go any higher than that, we're going to have to reject this, slow down, get more balancing over a longer period of time, like 2-3 years, and then maybe you see that run to the higher numbers. But I do believe before this year is over, you will definitely see this in the 120s. PayPal. That's one of the few confident like calls I have for the year. Which we kind of been going over that one for a while now. So it's not fair to say it's for this year. It's been going on. How was the stream though today so far? We did a lot of yapping today. But we had some fun, I'm not gonna lie. I was having a good laugh. SPY's holding on to that area and they're moving up. So as ugly as it got, they kept holding and kept trend. Which, again, that's kind of what you have to kind of keep reminding yourself is like, I have to be bullish until I'm not. You know, like, there was really nothing to tell us why we should flip. There were definitely things telling us to maybe be cautious, you know, here and here, but no reason to flip yet. Good news is I like it for 12%. Oh. Username, I just saw your post in chat, sorry. I have Discord back on my screen again. I need to just honestly leave both YouTube and Discord on my screen at all times. Because you can't post images in YouTube and that sucks. Where are you getting these tickers, Michael Anthony? I'm not bagging you. I'm genuinely just curious. Do you have like a scanner? Are you just going through social media? You're like, what are you doing to find these? Or just going through a watch list you may have set up? I noticed last time this popped because of insiders bought and dipped again. And is there any reason to buy? Well, I personally can't tell you because I don't know what this is. But that is an interesting story. It is tech related. Oh, they're semiconductor. Okay. I don't know this company that well. I'd have to see, are they actually like impactful? Are they actually engaged in the companies that are making money and moving around stuff? You know, moving the product. Almost like a drug dealer saying it that way. But that is interesting because it is almost at like a new low kind of thing, where it's at a new low, but if it builds base and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know this company. I don't know this chart. But your story is pretty interesting, where you said they had some movement and then some insiders bought, then it dipped again, and now it's kind of at a part where it's like, are they doing the same thing? Are they pulling off round two? Kind of what it looks like. That's interesting, though. And look how they use the zone on QQQ. Look how they use it on SPY. Look how I mean, it was very ugly on IWM, but they definitely used it. And even after all that, they still got more movement. Good for IWM. You just know these companies, and to me, I don't know why RGTI rallied from around 2 to 20 and the fundamentals suck. Is RGTI the was it the AI one, or the quantum one? Yeah, I think this was the quantum computing one. No, I feel you on that one, man. Well, you know what it is because everybody started Googling what are the best quantum computing stocks, and only like 3 names pop up. And this is one of those 3 names. So even if people don't even have a real reason to buy it, they're buying it. I didn't get into that, of course. I'll look over Wolf though more after stream, and I'll try to figure out like what the hell's going on. But I would love to look at that more. Here, I'll even put it down here to remind myself. I'm not trying to. Or we'll do Ford. We'll put Ford down there. Therefore, I remember if I check my charts this weekend, which a lot of the time when I do this, it's at like Sunday evening. I do this. I'll go through like hours of like just researching random shit that I'm thinking of. Like, does this company have a moat? Does this company have any advantages this company doesn't have? Does this, just all kinds of shit, really. Comparing their competitors, what do they do that other people don't? It's just kind of cool to think about the company. Market share? I'm really big on market share. Like, what is their market share amongst their competitors? Like, that's a really big thing for me. That's honestly like how we got into PayPal so early. A lot of people were hating on it, and I love to see that on good companies because it shows you that you're not part of the big crowd, so you're able to get a good buying spot. But it was just the market share. It's like, even if you or me, and this is where a lot of people fuck up when they invest, they use their personal opinion too much. And what I mean by that is like, let's say you or me don't use PayPal. Let's say you and me just fucking hate PayPal. We hate it. It's not FDIC insured. We hate that. It's not this, it's not that, it doesn't do what this app does. So let's say we're both like big, I don't know, what's another app? Cash App. Let's say we're big Cash App guys. We just love Cash App. That's all we love. We're just big PayPal haters. Like, that still doesn't get in the way of like what PayPal is doing, right? PayPal is a payment processing company. They payment process about 42 to 45% of every payment that gets processed, right? Out of everything in the world. That is a fucking ton of money that is getting processed, right? I think we can all agree that is a insane amount of traffic, right? So even if we don't agree we like PayPal, I think we can both agree just off the numbers that, yeah, they probably will go up over time, especially when we see them hit those big dips. So when they make those big dips and the major crowd is saying, oh, PayPal's a piece of shit, that's because they don't understand, like, what they do, what is their market share. So even just that one number alone would change your opinion on the company itself. You like MFA, which has a book value of 1842, which has been getting upgrades over 12, like Thursday to 14, which pays 35 cents pay each quarter. MFA. Mortgages. Alright, I'll look at MFA as well then this weekend. Whoa. I think I can tell you when interest rates started getting fucked with. Just based off this chart. Whoops. Huge shout out to Alst in the chat. I just shouted him out. Since I'm not trading and the market's not, I mean, it could keep going. I don't want to sit here and be like, it can't go up more. It probably will go up to 593.65. Could watch some like random videos or something if anybody's got some random funny stock market shit. What the hell? Oh. What is everyone up to? Are you guys just watching charts? Are you just watching me? What is everyone doing? Damn, triple Q. Dude, next week's going to be so much fun. Dr. J, did you ever figure out if we were closed because of Jimmy Carter? Which I hope we aren't, but I guess I would understand. Wait, we do actually have a day off because of him? Damn, multiple people confirming it. Okay, shit. What day is it? Is it Thursday? Like, I think he was saying Thursday of next week. Is that true still? Or is it a different date? Oh, I think it's the 9th. Yep. Will remain closed next Thursday, January 9th, to honor former president, country's 39th president, who died Sunday at his home in Plains, Georgia. Yeah. Damn. We just can't have a normal week this year. We really gotta wait till the 3rd week of the year. What should we do Thursday? Damn, you guys are on it. I'm proud of y'all. You were all ready with the answers and everything. Thursday. What do we got? What are we gonna do Thursday? Should we do something serious or should we do something fun? And by fun, I mean short-term inconvenience. Trade crypto, I won't be here. Psych. Good one. Ha ha ha. Trading crypto live has got to be the most cringe way of streaming. Yep, I'll see you this weekend, Andrew. For some Counter-Strike. Yo, Doctor, I meant to continue our conversation yesterday, but you didn't answer back. And then I went back and watched my stream, and I remembered it from the other day. Can I ask you a few questions? Because Goldman Sachs is a fucking scam. They hate us, Michael. To be honest with you, man, ever since I started trading, I've been hearing that this is the stock of the year every year. So I'm not hating on Goldman Sachs, but I've been hearing that shit every year about this stock. And now, I do agree, if you buy at the right time, this is a good stock to own. Because it does historically get bought back up. So I'm not hating on T. It's just, I feel like Goldman Sachs and big groups like that say that all the time. What? So when I said you should watch Demon Slayer, you've watched other animes before, right? Because I couldn't remember if we had conversations before, because I was like, no way I told someone their first anime should be Demon Slayer. So I was hoping you had already seen other ones, right? I'm hoping that's how we got to that point. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Because it freaked me out when you said it, because I was like, I would never tell someone to watch that as their first one, or like, that's never the first anime that's out of my mouth. That's what I tell people to watch, like, if they've watched everything else. It's like, oh, you haven't seen this yet? Okay, you should watch that. Berserk? Bro, you're crazy. Yeah, Berserk's actually so good, though. It sucks you don't have more animation of it. Damn, you would have loved Peoples, bro. That was like his favorite anime. I didn't even know that existed till him. Yeah, that's one of like the goriest animes ever. It's actually so good. It's hard for me to find time to watch them though, especially if I can't watch with kids. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I think you're actually so fucking cool. The fact that you have kids and you still watch anime. I think that's actually like the coolest thing about you. Maybe not the coolest. It's one of the coolest things. I feel like if I had kids, my love for anime would somehow die out. That's like the thing I fear the most. My love of anime dying out. Like, have you ever like played a video game you played a long time ago and you play it again and you're like, wow, this sucks. Why did I like this? Like, that's what I don't want to feel with that. Because you're like grown up more and you're like, wow, this stuff sucks. Why did I enjoy this? He said, well, I'm a better trader than father. I'm not a good trader. He's like, well, I'm better at this than this, but I suck at this. So what does that tell you? That's funny. Have you seen why can I never think of the damn name? What's the one with Gojo in it? And Sakuna. I can never think of the name of that anime. You haven't seen that one? Damn, I'm surprised I didn't tell you to watch that first. Yo, what's up, Retro Gear? Retro Zero Gear? How's it going? I'm kind of chilling now. We're just kind of making jokes and having fun and just talking about our feelings and emotions, man. Just diving into the plane, you know? Just fucking... No, I'm kidding. Went hippie mode for like 2 seconds there. Come on, man. Somebody needs to make us laugh in this text chat. Where are my comedic geniuses at? Where did you all go? Good shit, by the way, Mel. I see your spy along in chat. Sorry. Good shit. Are you trimming or what are you doing? Oh, you have a runner. Okay, good, good, good. I was gonna say, I hope you trim some and you have a runner going. And right as I was gonna say it, you said you have a runner. Good shit. See, that's what you gotta root for. It's okay to root for your runners. You'll never see me complain about that. I can't stand when people are sitting in here and they're like, in their full position still, and they're like, please go up. Like, bro, stop. You've been taking the past week and a half off as I've been on vacation with family. I also took the past half of a week off, so I feel you on that, Retro. Actually, I took like 2 weeks off. But we're back in the swing of things. Good shit, Mel. I was gonna say 592.50 is a good psych number, Mel, but that level above, I actually was telling people earlier, 593 to 593.65 is a good area to sell towards if you do get the breakout of this high. I'll just highlight that for you. I was kind of saying between the next psych and the next big level, but this isn't a bad spot either. But you're in a runner, so you're not stressing out as much. Remember, focus on your position. Get your screenshot later. Just focus on getting your trade and getting out. I'm watching it with you, though. You had 4, close 3. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. He can be more confident, more comfortable, because he's not sitting in 4 contracts anymore. He has 25% of his position left. He's chilling. Good shit, Mel. How was everyone's break, though? I didn't catch up with everybody here because I know we're all kind of coming back at different days. But how was everyone's holidays? And is anybody doing anything cool this upcoming weekend? Michael, what? You said which one is saying going to run? You're talking about between the 3 that you mentioned earlier? 3 or 4? I think you mentioned like 3 or 4. Give it up, please. Doctor, have you ever watched Hunter x Hunter? I don't know if I asked that before. If you watch anime and you have not seen Hunter x Hunter, I am so jealous. You know the device in Men in Black, they can like erase their memories? Bro, you haven't seen Hunter x Hunter? Oh my god. You should drop everything you're doing. No, I'm kidding. No, high key though, like I like a lot of animes, but I would put this in the top. I would put this in my top 5. In my personal top 5. I'm not saying they're the top 5 of everything. I'm just saying in my favorites, I would put it up there. At least number 5. Damn, bro, I'm jealous. I was gonna say the thing from Men in Black. I wish I could erase my memory and watch it. Yo, President Carter's here. President Carter. Because of you, we're closed on Thursday of next week. Oh, that's all you watched? Wait, why did I tell you to watch Demon Slayer? Do you remember our conversation? Why did I tell you to watch that first? There's no way I would have told you to watch that out of those first. If I did you dirty. There's no way. Oh, someone else told you to. Oh, they did you dirty then. I like it. It's got the next level graphics and animations. Like, I'm not hating on what it looks like. It is beautiful looking. I wish more animes look like it. But I would never tell someone to watch it early on. I would like tell someone to like watch like 9 or 10 or other anime, like watch like a bunch of other ones, then return to it. because some of the like commentary is a little geeky in parts, but the fighting's all fucking beautiful. Hold up, let me remember the other one. It was Hunter x Hunter and hold on, I'm just gonna open my Crunchyroll. You got me talking about anime now. Crunchy list. I have a top tier thing. Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. That's what I was gonna say. So here's my Crunchyroll account. I have like a top tier. So here's like all the ones I've seen that are on here, and here's my top tier. And these are the only 6 that I have in here, and the one you saw is in here, Full Metal. But these are the other 2 that I was gonna say are these 2, Jujutsu Kaisen and Hunter x Hunter. See, I don't even have Demon Slayer in here. It's just weak compared to the good ones. But not like in terms of like the animation. Like the animation is fucking beautiful. Fist of the North Star, when this gets remade, we're all watching that. Berserk, it's fucking crazy. Darling in the Franxx. Have I watched Frieren? Frieren, let's look that up. No, I have not. Oh, dude, Attack on Titan is so dark. It is so good. It is very dark, though, I agree. Very, very dark. That's why it's good, though. My bad, Alexis. You're, like, trying to talk business here, and I'm over here bullshitting about anime. I'm not trading anything over the weekend, but I definitely don't hate you for looking at this. What, dude? Which chart is right? Oh, here we go. Holy, dude. I need to update my Microsoft charts. Actually, no, I don't. I can just delete these. Okay. We're cheating. What? I think I was messing with my chart settings very heavily. Alright. Pretty good position. The only reason I don't like it is because it's Friday going into the over weekend, but... meaning, like, going into next week, we'll probably get, like, a really weird lower open, and then momentum will peer up again, so maybe it won't be bad if you get a good expiration, but... yeah, I know. I do like this chart. This is one of my favorite tech charts right now. It's just not good timing, because it's like, it's in a good position, too. That's the other great thing. Pattern with positioning. What more could we ask for? It's just horrible timing. But I do like this, Alexis. I do like this. I'm very excited about this chart. If this pops up on Monday, I can't sit here and say I'll be surprised. Last one they did here was here. Inside bar right here. You see the result of that. Another one right here. And this is what I mean right here. I think this is what I mean. Like, this is what I see when I see this. Like, yes, it's an inside bar. It's in the best spot it could be in. But this was a Friday right here. This was a Friday going into a Monday. And this is what I'm saying Monday is probably going to do. It's probably going to have this weird day that kind of, like, fucks it up. And then it continues its momentum. So, if you do take it today, take that into consideration that a candle like this is possible. And that if it continues to hold the low of whatever inside bar that candle is, so in this case it'd be here, which I'd probably just watch the meat of that, then that would be what invalidates you on the daily time frame. And yes, like Sinful said, like, comment, and subscribe. But good shit, Alexis. I'm glad you're looking at that. It amazes me how this thing is still down there. Yo, what is Oust? Is Frieren? I'm probably abusing that name. Is that on Crunchyroll? I'm about to look. Oh, it is. Okay. My brother signed into my account and he's already seen it. It must be pretty good if he's seen it. Is it only one season or am I tripping? Looks like it has 28 episodes. It's probably a banger then. Damn, okay, yeah, only one season. It's probably a banger.
right, well, I will definitely check that out. It's already in my watch list because my brother watched it, so I'll go watch it. He doesn't watch anime. I mean, he watches he only watches what's that long one that never ends? Whatever that one is. Whatever anime is still going and going on forever. That's the only one he watches now. Yeah, One Piece. Thank you. There you go. So you're cultured. He like caught up to it. Now he just watches it once per week when it comes out, and then that's it. Me though, I like to see all walks of life when it comes to anime. I mainly like the dark ones though. Like if there isn't fighting, I almost cannot watch it. I'm at that point. But there are some like movies, honestly, where it's like they just like throw you for a twist, even if there isn't that much fighting. It's kind of cool. Pretty cool. Dude, shout out to you and the results channel though, bro. Dude, every time I go in that channel, I see your name. And if I don't, it doesn't matter. But every time I see your name, though, it's like this huge, elaborate breakdown. And sometimes I'm like, is he just typing a type? And then I actually look at what you're saying, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, this is like actually reviewing. Not just like what you did right or wrong, but like what actually happened. Like, actually, like tracking down the results of what popped up. Bro, username is tagging me and saying snow. This thing kept going. He said with no volume, this thing's still going. Jesus. I said they heard us on stream. You finally figured out your panic selling issue? Dude, I feel like I learn a lot when I read some of y'all's posts. I'm like, maybe not learning, but like revamping things you've already learned. And like, if anything, reassuring you or reinforcing what you've learned, which is good too. Yo, Michael, you didn't answer my first question. You asked me something and I didn't understand. You said, which one is saying going to run? I didn't know what you meant. I also don't know what you mean by this question either. Which other in that sector look good in beauty? Which sector was I looking at? Catch me up. Was I looking at tech? Or do you actually mean Ulta Beauty? Like in that sector? I mainly only look at Ulta in that sector, if that's what you're asking. This is a slept on stock, bro. Don't ever sleep on Ulta. It has some really awesome candlestick patterns too. So if you download that free candlestick book guide, which again, guys, to do that, you just do this. You go here. You go to trade floor. You click on this pinned thing here. And it's right here. The candlestick handbook. Click jump. Sometimes it'll glitch. You got to click it again. And you go here and you download it. It's free. It's only a megabyte. But I like to use that in sync sometimes. And then I just come back to this. I'm like, oh shit, it had this candlestick pattern. It had that pattern. And then I try to look for, did it have good positioning? Because that'll, of course, change your probability of things. Like how much you like it, how much you don't like it. I don't know what else is in that sector, Michael. I'm actually oblivious. To the beauty sector of XLY. Here, you know what? Let's change that. Ulta competitors. Oh, that's not true. We did used to look at Sephora. Damn, this sector is very broad. It goes from Sephora to Macy's. I think that's why I chose Ulta though, because it's like, it's Ulta. All these other companies don't just do what Ulta does. A lot of these other companies, I mean, not Sephora, but like all these other companies will do like the like convenience stores that also have, makeup. What are some other ones though? Michael, I would love to know some other names in case I missed out on some. Because I saw Sephora, TJ Maxx, Target, Macy's, stuff like that. But those are like suppliers. Those aren't like Ulta's like the thing, the product. Oh, my bad, Michael. You meant his statement. He was talking about a runner on spy calls he had in chat. He was going over spy calls to the upside. And he sold 3 out of 4 of them, and he had a runner, and he was just saying it was up, and he was just vibing with that. But that was Mel 12. My boy Mel. Yeah, the runner did get smacked. I saw that. It's okay, though. That's the whole point of why we do that, though. Because his main position is already up enough to where even if that does pull back enough to, even when he's only up 15%, he's still up. Ooh, Oust, you got a question in the results and review channel. Your fan base is calling out to you. How is your man Daffy? Bro, no one knows. Not a single soul knows. I don't know. D-Touch has no clue. And we're the people that would know. I genuinely just think he's busy, or he's taking time off, or he's busy with family. Like, I have no idea. But I know, if anything, Daffy is okay. Daffy's one of the strongest people I've ever met. Not physically strength, but like, you know what I mean. Like mentally, he's like one of the strongest people I've ever met. Oh, they missed a little? Oh, damn. I didn't even see that. I saw them go up, and then after I saw that move up, I just honestly stopped paying attention because I was like, well, it'll probably be a few weeks before I can look at this again. So I kind of do this thing where I like time myself. Like, if there's like a move up or a move down that I was a part of or not a part of, I just kind of like take a couple weeks to move away from it, and then I come back to it. And a lot of the time, I end up getting good timing on trading it again. Probably not a good method, but it's a good theory, though, because it's like, you really shouldn't be looking for a good move up and a good move down and then expecting a second one to follow it instantly. It's like, what? It's so unrealistic. But that's why I like looking at Ulta, because it moves so much. Another one I like, Michael Anthony. Another one I like is John Deere. I am a fucking huge John Deere advocate. I love John Deere. And then Costco. I love Costco, dude. These are 2 amazing stocks. Waste management, but you have to buy this at the right price. My average is at 89 a share, but that's because we bought it fucking forever ago. If I had to buy more, I'd probably wait till it dips again. Man, if this ever gets below 200, this would be such a good thing to watch for a buy again. Waste Management's such a good company to buy for shares over time. Those are like the non-aggressive ones, though. All these names I just said are non-aggressive. Like McDonald's. I'd say McDonald's is non-aggressive. It's such a passive play. Right now, it's kind of weird, though. I'd probably stay away from it right now, but we definitely got to keep our eye on this, because once they recover, that'll be a fun one to be a part of. You took 5 poots. What made you take poots? Let's see. A little risky because we didn't break down yet, Mel. But I'm not here to sit here and tell you that you're right or wrong. got smocked. Smocked. Such a casual Friday. Amazon for information, put the chart together for the next couple weeks for this. I'm tired of going back and checking this thing all the time, so now we can chill and get into our full port calls a week from Monday. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some water real quick. Don't go anywhere. Yo, yo, yo. Damn, Mel, they give you a little bit of a dip there. Dip set. Excuse me. Oh shit, Dr. J, Alce gave you a response. He answered you.
Let's see if he's correct. The way delta and gamma work together moves the risk to reward ratio in your favor, mostly for 1 DTEs and greater. I'm not so sure about same days because theta is a heavier weight. It is. Also, volatility is a heavier weight. Your Vega is fucking crazy. As price moves in your favor, it's self-cascading because delta increases, and as price moves away from you, it lessens losses because delta decreases. Cheaper cons and less delta also means the price of the contract fluctuates, less compared to the stock price fluctuations, which makes it easier to hold. Ah. How far out of the money are you going on these 1 DTEs? Like, what's like a consistent distance that you're going oust? I would love to know. C and H is like DE and it looks cheap. Do not tell me there's a stock that's like DE. You will get me too excited. What is this company? Ew, Essex. Just look at that phone number. I can tell you what country I'm looking at right now. No, I'm kidding. And equipment services come in. Okay, so they're international. That's good. That's important. 2-wheel and 4-wheel tractors, combines. Okay, so they do a lot. Now, if they are really like John Deere, they'll have their own financial sector as well, and it also looks like they do. Look at them. Maybe they are like DE. How have I never heard of this company? How are they only $11 a share? Okay, there's something not right here. Something's got to be wrong. Google, why is C&H down so bad? No, not C&Q, C&H. Bro, what? Lower industry demand and higher dealer inventory levels as of November of 2024. Ouch. They face revenue decline amid market challenges. Why are they doing so much worse than John Deere? What's going on? That is true though. Agriculture is down, but this would mean they are not like John Deere. Because my boy John Deere can be up even when they're down. See, it's healthy to know this. Like, I like to think about it like this, and it might not even be true. It's just how I like to think about it. But like, agriculture in general, like, if it's not going up, it's consolidating, right? And if it's not doing one of those two things, you're probably not looking at that good of an agricultural company, which isn't, maybe not to say bad, like, right then and there, or even in the future, but right then and there, you definitely don't want to invest, because it's a bunch of red flags popping up. But I'm going to actually research this one over the weekend, too. You got me interested, Michael. Where the hell did you come from? God sent down an angel and said, let this man learn. We'll look at that, though. I'll look at that this week. I got to know what the hell's going on with that. Maybe consult ChatGPT. No, I'm kidding. Looking to see that would be my final price target, then wait. Looking to see what would be my final price target, then picking the next strike price above it. Excuse me. Holy, I did not mean to do that on the mic. I am so sorry. Or past it, since it's the same for puts. So you always do one beyond the price that you're going towards. So if I'm getting calls and my target's 593, I'm getting a 594 call. If I'm getting puts and we're going to 590, I'm getting 589 puts. Just making sure that's right. And these are for 1 DTEs, right? Every single time 1 DTE, or do these 2 DTEs sometimes? I'm just making sure. I want to make sure I'm getting the oust system down right. I don't want to. I'm not criticizing anything here. I'm learning. Okay, right and yes. Okay, good. Okay. It makes sense. What made you find that? Is that always on just SPY, or you do that on everything? It can be for swings too? Oh shit. Don't tell me that. Well, I can't do it. Wait, so how would you trade a Friday then? Would you trade the 6th? That's gonna be crazy. I feel like that's one thing that'll fuck it up. Let's see though. You said, hold up, I got the wrong screen on. We are not looking at the right numbers. So you said, all right. So let's say I'm buying calls, and I want it to go to 593. So 594. I'm just comparing the Greeks. The gamma is a 0.8. Delta's 32. All right. Now let's just say I was buying it straight up. Wait, what did I say it was? No, wait. What was the Vega? 19. 19 and... Alright, so 32, 8, 19. 32, 8, 19. 32, 8, 19. Same gamma, different delta. I knew the Vega would be different, but not by that much. I didn't think the volatility would be that much different. It's like a lot different. I mean, I'm almost having to go to above 600 to get the same. That's crazy. That's interesting. I always like to gauge that, Alst. What I was looking at is I'm looking at Delta, Gamma, and Vega, and I'm just trying to remember what they are. Because if I can compare this, let's say I'm in the same scenario next week, right? Let's say I'm in the scenario Monday or Tuesday. I like to look to see how much different are they, even though I'm potentially grabbing the same thing, you know, just at a different day. The numbers will be different though, so that's why you gotta try to track it. But it's very important. I feel like that 1 month that I just went straight killing SPX and I just did so good and I got ahead of myself, it was because I was very focused on that though. I feel like if I focus on that more, it'll be good again. But just kind of understanding like when you feel like your Greeks are more expensive or feel more expensive than usual, like how much are you paying for this? And then in the same scenario again, how much are you paying for this? Sometimes you'll feel like it's a little cheaper and it's like, okay, nice. And if you get knowledge of that or a sense of that, you can really take advantage of scalps to a whole nother level. Like that's when you really get like that's like next level trading right there. Just understanding like, oh, my option's completely cheaper than it should be right here, and we're at a good dip. I'm gonna take this just for a quick scalp, and then sometimes you just get a quick boost, and it's really nice because again, you're just super aware. It's a really weird thing to talk about because it's like kind of all in your head, but yeah. You chose January 6th. Oh, you chose 7th because you wanted to swing to Monday. Okay, nice. Yo, nobody talked to Ace. We're not talking to Ace anymore. Starbucks looking juicy for a swing. Man, you just can't say Starbucks and juicy to me in the same sentence. Maybe I'm just a Starbucks hater. I'm the chart of Starbucks hater. I'm not hating on the actual company. I will give you this. It is kind of decent how they lost this, retook it with a higher low, and now a new high right here. I don't know. I'm just a hater. What is this zone I have drawn here? Is it from the weekly? I don't know where the hell I drew this. It has to be from the daily. It is from the daily. Okay, so it is a demand from when they gapped up from 85s basically to the 90s. So when they gapped up in November of 2022. It's cool to count how many times they've held it, what they've done around it too. I mean, you can see the first few times it's like, oh yeah, they're definitely gonna hold. Oh nope. Turned into the biggest drawdown ever. Now they're gapping up above it again, and here we are fighting for it again. Kind of feels like this right here, where we fought for it, won, and then later on we lost. But it might be a pretty good bounce here. You're right. It is definitely a pretty impactful area, though. You know, you take all these levels off the screen, just focus on that highlighted area. That's pretty impressive. They're definitely excited about whatever is above or below this. Big moves happen from this area. So good retake so far though, and like I said, I like that it's not just one retake. It's actually like kind of an impulse move, a little bit of a higher low. Not the greatest of higher lows. I would love to have seen more price action settle here and then move up. A little bit of a curl, but they did a little bit quicker. So the pacing's a little fast, but it does look good. All right. What's up, Ace? What's up, man? Hi, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a great Friday, dude. Damn, Oust. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. Now I'm going to take it, rename it, and resell it like everyone else does, man. That shit's genius. We'll call it the CC system. CC for credit card. I swear. What have other people done to me? I'm cooked. Oh, that's my phone. Gap last year that all 4 quarters beat earnings, and last earnings raised the outlook, but in the past has dipped back to 20. Gap, man. I'll be honest with you, I forgot this company existed. Not even being a hater, I actually just forgot. Black Magic. I'm sorry, Blue Magic. It's a brand name. I love Denzel Washington. This is kind of an interesting chart now that I'm staring at this more. There's a lot of consolidation here, and they gapped up on it. I'm very interested to see what is this gap fib. No way. So all we did there, because I hate when people are like, "What the hell did he even do?" I'm just marking the gap with a gap fib with a fib retracement tool. So we're going from the close of this candle to the open of this candle, because this is where the gap started. It's where it finished, and then it dropped that day. So what's interesting, and I was kind of hoping it would be holding this, is that it's just a calculated way of saying it's holding the 50% of where it gapped up to. So it's kind of cool. That's where it's popping up from. I would say this is like the other cleanest attempt was this one when they came down here the first time. Or, sorry, this is actually the second time. But you can see how that ended. Retest into golden pocket. Held. A little bit of a higher low. That's actually a pretty good looking chart. That gap on gap was from earnings. That's funny. Let's add that down here too. Why not? While we're adding all these fun names. Let's highlight this too for the future. Got some cool retracements up ahead too, so can rely on that a little bit. I think now what I'm most interested in is the highs of everything, the meat highs of everything. So like you see where this candle's, I'm going back here because it'll fuck up, and like the open high low close thing will fuck up with it. But oh wait, maybe I can. Yeah. So kind of watching like that, and that again, kind of staring at the meat of that candle, because that's kind of the last meat where they gave up, and then they're like, nope, just kidding, we're bearish. Kind of the same thing here. This is like the last of where they closed and the highest they could get. Yes, this is actually where the highest they got. Same thing here, but really just focus on the meat of that. Like I said, the open, the close is very important to me. And then besides that, we actually have the meat of the highs. It's the last thing up here. So Kind of interested in these 3 areas if we do continue on. Oh, that sucks. They have fucking dividend payout soon. Well, that'll be weird, but I'm still interested because that's kind of a cool chart. It's always nice to see a gap up or a gap down and just seeing a calculated way of it moving away from that fib. Because sometimes you only get small, like overnight moves like this. Sometimes you get some trendy days where it's like you feel like you have a few days up, but it's not really going anywhere, and or vice versa, where it is going somewhere. It has a few days and it is breaking out, so it's kind of nice. And then having that easy invalidation of like, oh, okay, it broke, I'm out. Or hey, I'm not out. I don't think this should be going up anymore. Sometimes it's just a warning. Doesn't always have to be about the active trade. Maybe it's something preemptive. Yo, Carvana though, how far is this gonna fall? How many of you had puts on that? That one guy's got to be up fat right now. I got to check that guy's position. What did we say he had? March 21st, 175s? Oh my god, dude. He's up 1,000 per contract on 25 contracts. So he's already up 25k. On a 50k position. Damn, bro. We actually saw someone make a bag today on Reddit. We went to Reddit for like 2 minutes and someone was getting it. Damn, that's actually kind of badass. Shout out to the little guy. Just when you think Lil Bro is too late to the party, position jumps up 1,000 per con. Okay, so here are the differences, Michael, between DE and C&H. John Deere is the largest and most well-known agricultural machinery company globally. And their market cap is significantly larger than C&H. Yeah, no shit. We already knew all this. These are basic points. Give me something cooler. I thought AI was supposed to be smart. So this is kind of cool, though. It says, what's challenging, though, is that C&H is by far a smaller competitor compared to John Deere, but has a significant presence in agricultural and construction machinery. So they got skin in the game. That's all that matters, right? It honestly looks like they just need to get over their revenue slump. This whole agricultural sector is just fucking them, really. That might be something to pay attention to, though. I like those stocks because they're like really boring. Like that bores most people. Me just saying the word agriculture, bro, I bet half of you just fell asleep. That's exactly why you want to be paying attention to it. Maybe not C&H instantly, but like just stocks like that. Like if I'm not saying that's the only reason you should buy it is because it's boring. It's just that's a really good extra point to add onto it, though. It's like if not everyone's watching it, that's not really a bad thing. Currently 20% on my MU91 call, still holding. It'll be nice if they try to fill that gap. MU. Did I even look at MU yet? I don't think I did. But I do like these common lows you got going here. If we draw the demand down here, you go from the low to the top of the last red candle before they started going up. So that would honestly be about that one. And then I'm just going to chunk it over to 2025 because I don't want to extend it all over manually. And yeah, pretty nice touch of that. And then if you want to just cheat and go to the next one, you can go to this one. Extend this over. And give yourself a little good range here. You could even draw a fib between this range, or you could just wait to draw one here. Or I guess you could draw that one, actually. Ooh, that's interesting. Look at that. They actually stopped right above the minus 50% retracement. Or extension, sorry. Fell down to it again. They did that liquidated thing. They have a close under that candle, but no new low. I swear, man. Every time you see that, it's like an extra factor into what could be a 90% entry. When the meat of this candle closes under the meat of that candle, but doesn't make a new low, that's pretty interesting. Because it's like, they're definitely pushing lower, but they didn't get the newest of lows in a weird way. Kind of just repeated myself there, but inside bar breakdown. Man, they got some nice candle patterns on this chart. Do I even have this on a watch list? Nope. I didn't. Alright, well, there we go. Interesting, though, it is already back up to that gap, so it looks like they are at a really big pivot point for that chart. Definitely need to see these highs break, whatever that is. 91.10. Damn, not a bad day from them, though. Past couple days. Nice higher lows here. Good pre-market. Continuation into the day. Yo, have a good weekend, HVAC Will. Thank you, man. You too. I always look at Snap, but I never buy when it's at support. I feel like that's me with a lot of stocks. Snap. I mean, I don't blame you, dude, man. This company's weird. Damn, I mean... Doesn't this remind you guys of something? This reminds me of PayPal. It's like the same chart almost, except PayPal's a little trendier. Hold up. You know what? Let's just look up the simple number. Man, they have a horrible market share, though. They only own approximately 1%. That hurts me on the insides. Snap stock has been volatile with 20 moves greater than 5% in the last year. Analysts think that the demand for Snap's new ad formats could boost advertising revenue in 2025. Oh god, they're relying on ad revenue. Bro, in the instant messaging chat market, they only own 0.86%. Oh god. Bro, I have never heard of G Suite, but that's apparently the most used instant messaging chat market. It is G Suite. 73.56%, Slack with 8.76%, Zendesk with 3.3% as of November 2024. Holy Lord. That is not good for Snap. Okay, get me off this chart. Hold up, let's see. How many users does Snapchat have? How many active users does Snapchat have? Holy Lord. 800 million monthly. 414 million daily. What? That is insane. Are these real numbers? Okay, so that was for the instant. I didn't even get to look for overall messaging apps. Damn, we might have to think about Snapchat. I just can't, dude. Like, there's like so many more people on so many other apps. Like, it's not even the best app. It's not even the best at what it does. It was just trendy for a little bit of time because, I mean, not even a little bit of time. It did have a grip on society for a good minute. It kind of still does, but I don't know. Chewy, I was just looking at this a few days ago thinking of buying since people spend on their pets. Oh, bro, you ain't lying. You are not lying. I used to have a whole watch list for pet stocks. I don't remember all of them, but I remember Pets was a good... I thought it was an ETF. Maybe it is a company. There's a couple of them like that, though. Why did I draw all that? Well, whatever I drew that for, I feel like I would have erased it by now. It's interesting how they held it just recently and they're popping up making a new high. But what does that mean? This is how I should have drawn it. I should have drawn it from over here. Because I'll get the same information, I bet, right here. Watch, I'll delete all this and I'll get the same information. Not the same, it'll be more crisp. The high of this move. The open of the last green can. Oh, son of a gun. Close enough. Okay. I bet I get the same. Yep. It's like the same retest take right there. Well, by the laws of supply and demand, it should go to 38. Unless it somehow loses this support, but even if it does, it's not game over, because they still have this to battle over, so could come back down, hold this again. It probably will do this again, where it does this like fake low, and then the next one is it, but it just did that, so maybe this is that run. I don't know, a little sketchy on that one. I'm not a huge fan of like the pet stocks, but I get your thinking behind it. Also, I know I'm just talking about short term and you're not. You're probably talking about long term. Which long term, that's it, is in a pretty good spot. Yeah, based off of its, you know, historical lows, we don't know what's lower than that. Damn, we're in the last 30 minutes of the day. Today has been crazy. We saw somebody make money on Carvana. You want it to drop again and get that good pickup? Yeah. I don't blame you. I hope you get it too. And towards the end of this stream, I'll do some chart maintenance. We'll clean up some of the levels that we don't need going into Monday. Also, if you guys want to, you can check out the very end of yesterday's stream too. Get a kind of a good example of what I mean by chart maintenance. I know I didn't elaborate that well right there. But basically just removing some short-term levels that have been invalidated that we can re-add on from today that might have been invalidated from the previous day. It's really just the short-term levels we're talking about. The emerging candles are basically set in stone. But like this first zone here, like it went above it today, so I'll probably remove that. And normally I would re-add, if this is going to be our high of day, I would add one from here to here as a zone going into the, Monday. But since we have one right here, I'll probably just remove this one and leave this one right here. And I might even leave this level here just because it was kind of helpful today. Good calculated fib level. And then, where is it at? 5 day, 5 minute. Yeah, because that's been invalidated now, so that can be edited. We'll leave that. We'll add today's halfway point, which will probably end up pretty close to this 590. If we had to draw it right here, right now, it would be pretty damn close, 589.50. So pretty close. Which actually, that's funny because that was actually the halfway point a few days ago, and we had to delete it. And it'd be funny because we'll be re-adding it again here. It's pretty cool too because we've basically just been using current day opens and previous day control points to give us direction. And it's funny, we just completely started over the previous day control point. Most of pre-market did well, getting some higher lows above it. And then today's open. Oh, whoops. The only other level that we really talk about the most for dictating direction, you know, just in the most simple fashion. If we're above it, we're bullish. If we're below it, we're bearish. Like, and the fact we're starting above this one and then never really broke under this in the 5 minute, pretty convincing uptrend from the start of the day. So pretty cool. And like I said, you know, use your context. What did we do in the first 2 hours of the day? We literally just held here, right? So what does this tell you? If we're doing this, right, a little bit of a triple bottom there and then a higher low move, what context is this giving you, right? Remember, using the example of like when we watch movies or you read a book or you're watching a show, you know, you can use your intuition to pick up on things that you're seeing to be like, oh, okay, this is what is probably going to happen. Maybe you're not right all the time. That's fine. And we're not sitting here trying to guess. It's just probability is what it is. But based on just recent context, you know, what does this tell you we should do, right? More times than not. That we should go up because we're just using recent context. But it took the whole first part of the day just to figure that out. So sometimes it just takes being patient, not jumping the gun, you know, and that's why I really do stress that a lot. Because, yeah, you're going to miss out on some moves in the first 30 minutes of the day. Fine. But I'd rather you miss out on some moves than on the better days you are just completely out of the game completely because, you know, you just spent all your money or you weren't ready from the day from previous. It's good to be ready. But like I said, use context, you know, use what you have in front of you. It's very powerful. And you could use that, what I just showed you, you can use that with any strategy. It doesn't matter what you use. You know, if you have something screaming out to you, hey, I'm bullish, and you have 8 other things saying, hold up, red flag, this is not looking good, you know, then use that. Use that to your advantage. Hey, I'm probably going down, or we're most likely going down. Let me find a better lower high to get in on, or let me find a better well-positioned breakdown to get in on. Not just randomly entering because you find all those, you know. But allow that to scream at you and push you into what you want to get into. Not just, oh, it broke my level, I'm in. Like, that's great, but what else did you have there before that? You know, what else told you that before that? They didn't just flip bearish randomly. What got you there, you know? Did you have any lower highs? Did you have any patterns that were at a good spot or a good supply from the previous day? You have any good context there? Yo, what's up, Simple? I'm just yapping. Good to see you, man. Did you download Counter-Strike yet? Preesh. I knew you'd do it, dude. You're the realist. Actually, the realist. I wonder why VVV down when the company did beat. I have no idea. Yo. What is this guy's profile pic? What is Michael Anthony's profile pic? Getting Wingstop. Let's go. Endless wings. That's his profile pic, bro. From a distance, because like I have to like squint to see that. It looks like Chris Griffin, like the hat. Yo, Michael, anytime you ever want to know why the market's up or down and you haven't been able to like have time to see it for yourself, go to briefing.com/stock market update. Scroll down just a hizzy. And this is kind of cool and all the numbers and stuff, but this is what I'm looking at, moving the market. So honestly, this is pretty insane because we talked about this yesterday. We said like this is kind of at a part of the chart where you really shouldn't keep shorting. I wasn't telling people to go long either, but definitely at a better spot of the chart because again we're approaching those shoulders on a lot of the biggest weights. We talked about this in yesterday's stream. Gains in mega caps boosting index performance kind of ties into the point I just finished saying, and then rising market rates not deterring the equity market. So even though we're getting rising market rates and we're still going up, that just shows how strong the bulls are. So we'll see if the early part of next week has this same, tension where we're actually holding some good higher lows on a lot of our bigger weights and even our small weights catching up. That's a pretty good sign that a lot of the market wants to move up. And that's exactly what we talked about in yesterday's stream because I wanted you all to understand that before it happened. Because I didn't know if it was going to happen or not, but it was definitely a likely scenario. If we're not making new lows and all of our weights are holding higher lows or they're getting down to a good well-positioned part above a big older all-time high like a shoulder or something, that would be really good. But this is just one day of upside after that pullback, though. So it's not like you guys should just jump straight into calls on every little thing you see, jump into longs on every little thing you see. But it is definitely a good sign. It's a good sign to see them at least pop up. We're not having to do that liquidity grab instantly. That's great. What was that website again? Oh, my bad. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up and link. It's a free website. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I love going to that one tab because it's like it shows the sectors and which ones are strong and weak, and that's exactly what I go over the most with my chat, and a lot of my chat goes over it now just on their own. And so that's cool to kind of like double check your answers with. And then also it's just nice to know what's actually moving the market because not a lot of us in here are looking for fundamental reasons on why it's like we all know the interest rates are driving prices right now, news and all that stuff, and Fed and all that good stuff. But that has nothing to do with our strategy though. Like our strategy has nothing to do with news or any of that crap. Like so we don't really care about it in that sense. It's nice to be aware. We're not bagging on being aware or being entertained by the idea of like what's actually moving the market. But when it comes to what's actually happening on the chart, that's all just noise, So it's not good to be focused on it too much, but it is good to understand or be aware of what's going on, in the macro side of things. I just don't like to stress it on my people too much, like to look at it too much. So I always recommend that site because it's quick, calm, and it makes sense. We're in the last 18 minutes of the stream, guys. Thank you again for 27 likes on the stream and just being here in general yesterday and today. We had a lot of really good breakdowns. I know we had not the most entertaining sessions in terms of like trading, but we went over so much in terms of what to do when trading and just everything in between. We really have gone over a lot these last 2 days. I've done my fair share of yapping, so definitely been a pretty good past 2 days of stream in terms of like what we've gone over. What to expect and stuff. MSTR, hell yeah. Yeah, this should go to at least like 600 at least, like at least 6,000 a share. It should go up to that, like at least, right? Like somewhere up here. I'll just start market levels for the future. Like I don't even know why I waste time down here with all this bullshit, We should really be focused on the future if we're forward thinkers. Wait, why did I mark that? I said at least 6,000. So we'll do 7,500 and 10,000. Somewhere around there. And yeah, see, like, we're just kind of thinking ahead, Like, who's worried about this stuff, you know? Like, not me. Why are you thinking about 6,000, dog? I'm just kidding, by the way, everybody. I'm just messing with Sinful. Nobody take anything I just said serious. If you couldn't already tell by the tone of my voice. Do I follow any of the Bitcoin miners? No. I pretty much just pay attention to what Sinful shovels to me. Mara is undervalued. Mara is undervalued, bro. I don't know why people hate on it so much. I don't really follow Bitcoin that heavy, though, Michael. I was just having a good time. People in my chat like it, so I like to mess with them. I don't really follow crypto too much. I'll follow Bitcoin, though. You know, just kind of get the gist of things. He said check Riot. Check Riot. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Yo, what's up with that, what's the... Oh, it was Snow username. Yeah, that one's still kicking ass. Took out a week's worth of previous days on the way up. That's crazy. For real, it gapped up above this day's open and close. And this day's open. Or, I'm sorry, close. I'm looking at that upside down. And yeah, push through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Almost a ninth. Getting close to a ninth. Dude, that's nuts. All I know is that you definitely just gotta pay attention to the companies. A great wise man named Central told me you just gotta pay attention to the companies that actually own their Bitcoin. That's all I'm saying. It really doesn't need to be any more complex than that. That's all I know. Alright, we're getting towards the end of this stream here, so I can actually mess with some of these levels now. I keep clicking the wrong button because I'm really dumb. So we're going to delete the zone here, the top of that high. We're leaving that because that's an emerging candle. We don't really need this halfway point, but I'm going to leave it because it didn't really hurt us to have it here. I will delete this zone because it's just kind of an eyesore now. That can be deleted. I think that was just for like an example the other day. And then, whoa, that was weird what the chart just did. We can delete that level because it's kind of a short-term level, but I really want to leave it, but the other half of me wants to just delete it and then add the halfway point of today's low to high and then call that my barrier in between. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That sounds smart. It's part of the system. The other level isn't. I think it's fair that I go with that. Then we delete it. I'm making that a double or a dotted orange line to remind me this is a previous day control point. And when I see this lower one, I'll probably remember, oh, this is an older one. And then we'll see, oh, we didn't really break it. So it's just another good in-between level. And then we need to extend this a couple days. Oh, it is extended. Never mind. It's already good. And normally, I would tell you guys, we need to add the supply of the high and the demand of the low. But we have levels here covering everything. We really don't need to make it any more complex than this. So I like this. This is all spaced out. It's really nice looking. And now our levels are ready for Monday. You know, unless shit changes and then we gotta add our pre-market, then of course we'll adjust. But for now, this is set. Don't need to add our highs, our lows. Don't even need to we don't even really need to add our today's close. Just stick with our today's open right down here. So going into next week, we'll know to remain bullish as long as we're holding this. If we break this, a little bit of caution starts to pop up. Most likely going to see this day's open get tested. If that also ends up breaking, we'll definitely be testing this next level. I know that these didn't, but because that we held this so well, if we do break it in the future, probably going to get a quick, unexpected move down. So that's my reasoning on that. And then we have another further target down. And then also, not just the bad side of things, we can also talk about what if we go up. Regardless of us holding this or not, If we end up breaking through the 593.65s, it's just a good sign that we want to continue higher. If any kind of retest pops up, that's great. If anything, I would love to see us pop this level if we do get a break. And honestly, this example is for any breakout. Anytime you get a breakout, let's say, hold on, let me draw it. Let's say we move up and we go to here, you know. So what, we didn't make that target on the first try, you know. That's not really what it's there for. It's not we're not going to hit it every time that we break out, right? My point is if we get to that point and then you slow down, it's not just if you take the breakout trade, it's also trying to look for that midterm retest that not a lot of people are looking for, because people are going to be looking to buy. Well, actually, they're not looking at here because they're not marking emerging candles like you and me. But you and me are going to look here, and this is going to be a little too obvious for you and me. So if we don't get that test, please be sure to check your halfway point and golden pocket, because this is going to be where that other setup happens, and you're going to miss it. So don't miss it out. Don't miss out on it. But yeah, do we have any questions as we're at the end of the stream? We covered a lot in yesterday's stream, if probably even more in today's stream, just on various topics and different parts of the system and just all kinds of things, really. I never like to just sit here and just talk about one thing the whole stream. I think I'd go insane. But I do appreciate everybody who was in the stream today. Thank you guys for liking it. Hope everybody enjoyed any of the breakdowns that I went over. A lot of you guys had some cool breakdowns too. It wasn't just me. A lot of cool posts and chat, charts, breakdowns of what they were doing or what they were looking at. Does anybody have any memes to share in chat? This would be a great time. You want memes? I can share a selfie. That wouldn't make me laugh. That would make me cry. Oh, I'm definitely playing Counter-Strike after this. All right, well, if we don't have any other questions, any other comments, any other statements, I think I'm going to end the stream there. But guys, be sure to vote in the polls channel real quick. Is the bot on today? Oh my god, it's on today. Let's go. We're fucking up. I don't have to do the manual post anymore. Y'all put hearts on the bot message? What the hell? That's funny. Oh. But yeah, guys, vote in polls. But yeah, guys, I'm in the stream here. Thank you guys again for being here. All the comments, questions, all the engagement. Thank you guys. Everyone in chat too. Not just in the YouTube stream, but people who aren't even in the stream are definitely a part of the stream, because I try to keep everyone's, a part of everything, because there's some really cool shit in here. It's not just me who teaches shit. Like, I go over stuff, people in here go over stuff. We all learn from each other. Like, it's really not just like, oh, Bueller is the one and only. Like, no, we really all, like, there's a bunch of badasses in here. I love to learn from them too, get their insight and stuff like that. So come in here, learn with us, join, engage, interact. You'll find some cool friends in here. But yeah, thank you guys again. Thank you for the stream, and I will see you guys next week.